I don't think do we need to have a delay? I didn't check.
I don't think there was one on the previous.
Yeah. Who's gonna cheat in a charity tournament?
Yeah, and also if we're meant to be reading like the donations out, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
that
true.
doesn't work on a delay. So, or not nearly as well.
Yeah. Fair point. Um, Let me check. Make sure I can show.
If you want, I can just ask just to confirm no delay.
Sure. But if they say yes, what are we gonna do? End the stream and start in 15 minutes, I guess.
Okay, well then maybe just don't send it.
Yeah, yeah. Never ask a question if that you're not okay with an answer to. uh, that's a parenting tip right there. Do you want to clean your room now or after you eat dinner? Don't say, "Do you want to clean your room?" Because what you gonna do when they say no?
No. You just don't.
Don't give them the option.
Uh,
Um, so let me pull up Paso Pacifico. Actually, I've been.
yes.
Endangered spider monkeys. Saving the macaw and the sea turtle. Okay, I can get chat behind this.
Yeah.
Birds. Yeah. Stingless bees. My favorite kind of bees. And cats. Little derp jaguars.
I don't know if little is the right word, but sure.
Yeah, compared to derp. Spider monkeys. Oh my god, they're so tiny. Accept cookies. Oh my god. I should have accepted cookies before opening all these tabs. No. Thank you, EU. You've certainly enhanced my privacy with these pop-ups. I can't wait for your next regulatory action. Shout out to EU for helping.
Yeah. Great work.
Yes, yes. Keep it up. My data feels safer already. Okay, I should probably play some sort of background music. Which
It's always good.
do you prefer, like OG Gwent music, or the official Gwent soundtrack, or the Witcher soundtrack?
Normally, if it's me, I just put on the Witcher soundtrack because that's like 3 hours long, so I
Yeah,
don't have to worry about it finishing and then auto playing something that shouldn't be there.
true.
But if you're on top of it, I mean, OG Gwent soundtrack is good. Then maybe leading into Witcher, but yeah.
Yeah, I found something called The Witcher 3 Tavern and In Music and Ambience.
It feels like something I would have played before.
Okay, there's like the sound of rain.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can't hear it, but chat can certainly hear it. Where is chat, by the way? Is anybody here yet? It's a little bit earlier than when I usually go live. I wish you could hear this. It's the one with the flute. do, 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 do. Like, it ended.
I just put the stream on for a sec just to see.
Yeah.
Yes, nice.
That's the one that sounds really fun and then it gets annoying after, like, when you've been in a game of Gwent in The Witcher for like an hour and it's still going, like.
I don't think it ever gets annoying.
It for me, this music sounds more like Gwent than like the official Gwent soundtrack does.
And yeah, it's the OG Gwent. It's what we all first played Gwent with.
Yeah.
Back in The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Move some stuff to the other screen. So they're committed to the restoration and protection of threatened tropical dry forests and coastline ecosystems. Okay, so it's not really the rainforest, dry forests in the Pacific slope of Central America. Hey, Jan. Welcome. Lemon, can you say something? I want to have Jan tell us if audio is...
I can say many things, like Gwent is a good game. The best deck is currently not Madoc, unfortunately.
Yeah. Hopefully Lemon's volume is good. I know he's usually very loud, but tell me that you can at least hear me a little bit. So aggressive, Lemon.
I apologize.
Stop yelling at me! Okay. So Beetlegruff, who's a staple of community tournaments, has brought Deathwish, Self Wound, and Toussaint.
Nice. I think you can see the lists, but I don't think they are published yet, correct?
Right. But players can't change it anymore, right?
Refresh.
If I look at the...
No, but... Wait, actually, like... Oh, I'm not logged in. Although I guess it's still... sort of...
Deck's deadline was 24 minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, it should be... Look, it's 5 minutes before the tournament starts. It's fine to look at that. Yeah.
Okay.
I can see since I'm admin, I just needed to log in.
Yeah. So this looks like a normal Deathwish to me. Do you know anything about Deathwish coming back? I guess the nerfs got reverted to code at least.
I mean, yeah, this just looks like classic, right? Was there a slight difference in Deathwish? I feel not really. I mean, they just played with Cyclopses. I think that was sort of the most recent main development worth noting.
Yeah. This one also has Kayran, which was like over Riptide.
Yeah, I guess that's the other thing to kind of swap a bit. Yeah, whether you have like the Riptide, the Toad Prince, the Kayran.
Yeah.
Not many players playing a buyer anymore.
That's true. Yeah. And this is I guess it's a blue coin deck, but maybe a buyer or red coin on Brewis, I don't know.
Yeah.
The other deck from Beetlegruff is Svalblood with Portal and no Tempest, actually, but instead Avalok, which got recently changed to 9 provisions. Makes a lot of sense in this deck, right? Because you can use it to tutor Portal or Care Trolled or Totem.
Yeah, and if you use Avalok into Portal, that's sort of 3 thinning, particularly if you get that in round 1, that's super nice. And it really shouldn't break, because even if you draw into your Totem, your Portal, and your Care Trolled, you still have that Valve of Forbidden Knowledge as well.
No. Oh, yeah, you're right. There's 4 artifacts in this deck. And...
That's, assuming opponent isn't also playing Val.
Interesting. So this is after like Care Trolled nerf to 12 provisions. They used like I've seen something like this before with Mata to get either Svalblood or Care Trolled, but Avalok kind of makes sense too. I guess they just gotta hope they thin enough that they don't miss Svalblood, because there's no Maxi in this deck.
Yeah, like there's no way to tutor your units, which is the super scary thing, and especially when you have units like Svalblood or probably Canute, I'd say are 2 of the most important ones to find. You just need to draw them.
Exactly. And this actually is a deck I've seen before. This is the Toussaint deck, but with Ale of the Ancestors. It's actually pretty clever because Ale, since it's one of the like old school neutral cards that can be used on both your cards and enemy cards, so you can use it to boost enemy units. And then you can also use this So when you play False Siri and into Buhurt, and then you leader onto it as well, it gets to 7, right? That still gives opponent that turn to do something about the Siri. They can lock it or whatever. But if you have Ale on the board, you can then boost the Siri by 2 same turn and basically allow for 0 counterplay.
Right. Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it was
Nice is debatable, perhaps. Depends on who that's nice for.
Yeah. It's pretty 5-head. I saw Beetlegruff do that in a tournament, and I was like, oh, that's why there's an Ale. But there's also Shoop and Redea in this variation. That they're I hadn't seen this specific take on it before, but kind of makes sense. I mean, except for Buhurt, there's not a lot that you need to have 2 of in this deck. They're playing Remedy and Assassination, so pretty like.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Ale is interesting actually, because you have that nice play with the False Siri, but like you're not even running Mahakam Ale or even like a truffle to get froth value.
Yeah, it's strictly just to boost enemy units.
Yeah.
And has resilience also, so there's War Council and Ale, which Toussaint tends to get bled, right? So having cards like that can, I think, be helpful. So it'll be cool to see it in action.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if this version of Toussaint is one you'd care about bleeding as much necessarily, but yeah.
Oh really? What version do you want to bleed?
I mean,
because I guess there's no Bouclair in this version either. I just noticed.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like there's less payoffs, I'd say. Like your payoffs are really like the Ivar and the False Siri.
Yeah, there's not even a Sangreal. I just noticed.
Sort of it. Yeah, like I guess no Sangreal makes sense if you're trying to do that 1-turn flip with the Ale, but yeah, like if you can sort of deal with those sort of couple of pieces, I don't think there's that much else that's scary in the long round.
That's right. We're here to save the ecosystems for the capybaras, including this capybara.
I was so confused for 1 second.
Yes, my chat has become obsessed with capybaras recently, so that's where we're at. And then we have, of course, the star of the show, Quarim Lemon.
Yes.
All right.
No bias there at all.
Yes.
But I hope we have a winner here.
Yeah, they're essentially the golden horse of this tournament. Okay. We got Guerrilla Tactics, Simless Shiru, Milva with Philavandrel, Dao. So this is kind of a list that was pretty popular a few months ago. Fell a little bit out of favor when Kramer got nerfed, but looks like Quarim Lemon is looking to bring it back. This time with 2 Catwitcher Adepts.
Yeah, I think we saw. I mean, the World Cup finals are, I believe, finishing just about now. Literally as we're starting up. I think at least there was one of these or older style Guerrilla Tactics square lists. Might have been Catburger, I think, that took it. Actually, isn't that surprising? Because Catburger, I think, sort of was the main popularizer taking this to equalities towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting with the Philavandrel and Frog mating season for sure.
Yeah, so like you can use mating season gives you like 4 bodies, right? And then you can drop Catwitcher Adept and give a bunch of vitality to a unit that's between 2 frogs, and it's gonna boost 3 a turn with the vitality. So some interesting combos, and of course Philavandrel, if it's boosted by 2 with Offering, gives you another mating season. There's no Isengrim's Council in this deck. So Offering is the only way to... Offering and Circle of Life, actually, are the 2 ways you have to hand buff Philavandrel to 7, which is what you need to get another set of frogs.
Yeah, I mean, and look, depending on the matchup, Philavandrel at 5 is still kind of fine. I mean, Philan's backup plan is still pretty solid. Like, backup plan is really nice as a 5 provision card.
Yeah, right. Because Filavandrel isn't nature; it's any Scoia'tael bronze, right?
Mm. Yeah, any square spell of that provision.
Okay, and then we have Blood Money, Golden Necker Bounty with Poisons, Moral, Caleb, Freak Show, and Ignatius. This is another list that was more popular a while back. Haven't seen it on ladder much, but it's still certainly very solid.
Yeah, and it still sees decent amount of play in tournaments throughout the start of this year as well, I'd say. Not a huge amount, but pops up here and there quite consistently.
What makes
quite
this
scary
a
long round? Lots of control tools.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what makes this a good tournament deck?
I think it's just that the combination of all the threats. If you get them, like if you get your Blindham Brothers down, if you get your Menge with the Freak Show / Drill down, it's just super difficult for the opponent to deal with because they, like, essentially allows you to nicely deal with opponent's units whilst getting a lot of points in return. Either doing that efficiently through poisons and location, or doing that through this Menge where you're basically engineering whilst destroying the opponent's units. And then Golden Echo is just a huge tempo play. The 18-point finisher for Ignatius actually gives a very strong finisher to a Golden Echo list as well.
So we actually have the bracket now, and it's going to be Beetlegruff versus Quarim Levin. So we are.
Yeah, I think.
Do you want to cast? Yeah. Do we get to pick what we watch, or?
I mean, I guess I'm not sure if we're meant to assign ourselves or the organizers are meant to. I mean, considering we are admins, we could.
I'm checking right now. So then the final list here is Masquerade Ball with 2 power Joachim, by the way. And Vincent, Philippe, Rosa. So no Usurper, no Rompali, but keeping the Philippe and Rosa. That's interesting. With 1 Purify.
Yeah, I think the Vincent is probably the main thing, which isn't seen as much in some other lists. Can be really important to provide an actual potential 1-turn toll punish, because otherwise you're relying on like your poisons, which it's a bit funny for this Imposter Aristocrats list to not actually have like a 1-turn toll punish. Also can be a nice trigger for Bowl, but sometimes it's basically just a glorified Fangs of the Empire at the same time. That's why you often see the Vincent being cut.
Yeah.
I guess it's depending on the kind of matchups you're worried about and why you'd run him over those other cards you mentioned missing, like the Rompali and the Usurper.
Yeah, usually it's very handy to have a Vincent if you're expecting either Veil or Defender, right?
Yeah.
Because you gotta get through Defender, or if you run into like Crystal, Carapace, Ogroids or something like that, just they can really. You have a really bad time if there's a Defender and you can't answer it. But with a Purify as well, I don't think this deck's going to have any problems with that. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the bracket. And again, guys, you can type !bracket in the chat. To see the bracket, you can type !charity to donate to Paso Pacifico. We are going to be casting, the first game we're going to cast is Beetlegruff versus Quarim Levin. So here are the decks. We just finished reviewing the decks. So Lemon, what comes to mind first when you look at these matchups in terms of like picks and downs?
So in terms of Beetlegruff, you have 2, I'd sort of say, more point slammy lists in the Hunger and the Toussaint Hospitality, whereas the Sign Ritual is a bit more of like a combo list, which so that's kind of like what I would kind of pin Beatles lists at, whereas Karim Lemon has much more control between the aristocrats, the Necker bounty, and the guerrilla tactics. So you probably let the self wound through, I'd say. You should have the tools to deal with that relatively efficiently.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'd probably say you honestly just ban hunger. I think hunger can be quite scary into a lot of those control lists where these controls don't have nice ways necessarily to deal with it. I mean, aristocrats with all the locks can do quite well into the Death Wish. I can't remember what the verdict was on the matchup versus Necker Bounty. I remember screaming at a bunch towards the end of last year, but I can't remember who was considered favored there. Whereas, what would you ban on Beetle Graph? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Bounty Deathwish going either way, because, like, on the one hand, you have consumes for poisons, on the other hand, you have single turn poisons and lots of poisons.
Yeah.
And every time you consume something to prevent the poison, you're just giving a bigger poison target, right? So
yeah, that's exactly the thing.
So it looks like Toussaint got banned, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, it does at least let the self wound through, which was the main thing, like I would have expected. And on the other side, the aristocrats is banned, which is probably makes sense. Kind of the most engine heavy list, I'd say. And with the more limited control tools, that's probably what you want to get rid of. Yeah, the fewer tools probably have a better time dealing with the Necker bounty potentially.
Yeah, and we have, you know, Korim has got blue coin here. So I suspect we'll see blood money, but I'm not sure. Both of these decks probably prefer red coin, right?
Necker bounty can like the blue coin. Particularly if it's a kind of matchup where you need to get that round win. Being able to just have like a execution with Crystal Skull,
right,
can basically just stop your opponent being able to develop, because any like semi-decent bronze engine just sucks into execution. It just gets dealt with efficiently, like a Slander or a Hysteria.
Yeah, can be kind of oppressive since they can't lock it and they have to use a tall punish.
Yeah. And with it a 5 power now as well, if there's sort of no locks to worry about, you might not even need to protect it as well.
True.
Like that difference does make it just a lot easier to stick. Red coin probably just self-win for Beetlegraph, and then the blue coin stratagem abuse with the Death Wish.
Yeah.
Particularly because this Death Wish has Erendite, correct?
Yes.
And yeah, as mentioned, this isn't just any old Gwent tournament. This is a very special charity tournament run by the amazing people over at BeeCharitable. They are a German-based charity organization who do a number of events in all kinds of esports. I think particularly Gwent and League have been the most recent events, I believe. And they support a wide variety of charities. As mentioned today, we are supporting, I want to make sure I get the name right, Paso Pacifica. And yeah, they do a lot of work restoring and protecting the tropical dry forests on the Pacific slope of Central America. So that's the more western coastline.
They're saving sea turtles.
Screen is showing. Yes.
Cat, you want to save Fred. This is Fred, I have decided. Save Fred. League is just like, I think it's like a mini game from Warcraft. Like it was like a mod for WC3 and later StarCraft. I guess they made a standalone version, kind of like how there's a standalone version of Gwent. So
yeah, not a big game. I think not nearly as big as Gwent.
Yes. Also, Cyanoptera macaw. Save the birds, chat! Exclamation charity, and save the birds.
Yeah, as you can see, there's a number of really great, worthwhile projects that Paso Pacifica are working on. And if you are able to help support them, please do follow the link in the chat. And if you can donate and help out, it would be really, really great.
Look at this majestic nape on this Amazon parrot. It's yellow. That Lemon's favorite color.
Ironically, it's not actually my favorite color.
Yes, it is. Stop messing with my headcanon. It is now. From now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yellow, my favorite color, right all over the like a mohawk.
Yes. And they even help stingless bees, which are my favorite kind of bee. So, you know, donate and be charitable with matching funds. That's why we have the goals down below. What is your favorite color, Cotter? It is capybara. Your favorite color is capybara.
Yeah. And yeah. And just to mention, in terms of the matching, so in terms of total amounts, if the $70 goal is reached, then BeeCharitable will match $10. At 120 total, they'll match $30, and at 200 total, there'll be $50 matched. So that would create 250 all up in that situation, which would be great if we would be able to get to that stage.
Yep. So as predicted, we see Bounty, Blood Money picked on blue versus Self Wound on red, which Executioner that you pointed out comes down, gets Crystal Skulled. And this is basically immortal now, as far as Beetlegruff's concerned. Without committing Canute and a bunch of stuff, this isn't dying.
You will see it.
And so we see Avalok come down with Portal. That's going to be 3 thinning for Beetlegruff. Beetlegruff has Draco Turtle and Canute in hand. They're missing Sigvald, Care Troll, Svalblood, Old Geared, Totem. Like, there's quite a few important golds still in the deck, so this thinning is going to be very helpful.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the amazing sort of 3 thinning to start the game off. But you see, I mean, Witch Hunter, Executioner, and Tunnel Drill already coming down here.
Yeah, I
This
guess
can be quite difficult to set up. Now, the thing is, like, Drakars aren't easy to kill, but this Demon Corsair is potentially a lot easier to kill off, particularly with this Hysteria.
Yeah, exactly. I figured that's why the drill came out. They want to use Hysteria and they want to benefit from, you know, the Tunnel Drill is an efficient spender.
Yeah, also there just wouldn't have been enough coinage if you played something else necessarily to just like have the Hysteria and the Witch Hunter Executioner combined with the kill. They could do 5 damage but not 6 damage together.
Gotcha.
Now this Priest... the lack of crimes does make this Tondril a lot less scary here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll drain your blood like a
Whoa.
hog, then pick your bones clean.
What?
Can have a really nice poison with the Fistek Trafficker in the next turn.
Yeah, but why let the priest live? I guess because the bounty would have been small, and they're more focused on getting. They figure I think they're winning the round anyway, and they're just trying to make sure their Ignatius grows.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know if I agree with that bleed necessarily. If you were playing into this round, like at this next turn,
Mm-hmm.
then you would kill the priest anyways with the tunnel drill damage, sort of
Yeah.
out scaling by 1 damage each turn. It does 3 damage each turn, priest only boosts by 2. You would be able to deal with it.
Yeah, I guess
Although I don't know if you'd really want to spend any of these golds to syndicate stuff.
the only other bleed target was the boat, and you were probably poisoning that boat anyway. But yeah, you're right. That 1 coin spend didn't do anything because you want to kill. Well,
Yeah.
if you're killing the boat, do you care if the priest is alive?
I mean, there's
no reason to.
potentially another boat.
Here's the challenge.
There you go. The priest is
Well,
dead.
we can see that. But, I mean, look, between the All-Geared, Sigvald Drakars, even like another Belcher Adept potentially, I mean, although it would be great playing from hand here due to that deploy. Yeah,
So
there's other options.
Beetle still has plenty of reach. Like, this is 12 points. And And now Canute comes down to reduce the poison value, I assume. And kills them all.
This is a really good canoe for Beetle.
There actually isn't another poison in hand for Quarim.
No.
Wait. Oh, because this was used on the 7. Right. And so
Nice Snickers.
wow. Knickers saves the day. Because otherwise it was a loss uneven, right? Or it was tie. It was a tie.
It was tied, yeah.
But no gold with Golden Necker in hand, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Was that a risky Knickers, or I mean it's 60%, I suppose.
I don't. Would Self-Wound care about taking the tie anyways? I don't know. I mean, Self-Wound might need time to draw their cards as well.
True.
So yeah, like here you have Totem, but with no Svarblood, maybe Totem isn't really that scary. The Care Troll is going to be quite pivotal, I would say, this matchup, because it does provide a way to kill off these Bynham brothers, this Freak Show. Even if they're boosted with Candle, they need to be boosted a hell of a lot to be able to get out of range of the Care Troll. But potentially, yeah, if you can boost them enough to be safe, then you can get away with it, because there's no Heat Wave, there's no Toll Punish in this list, no Spores even.
Just a couple of Fist Deck and one more poison from Hideout left, right? Yeah.
Yes. Also,
There's an Eventide,
I mean,
technically.
yeah, there's the Eventide and also the creation of the failed experiment from Salah Hideout, which can bring quite a few poisons if this Gela is able to stay.
Oh, that's true. The other nice thing about Care Trolled is that, you know, by clashing, you can use it on one of your tall units and basically transform points on your side to minus points on the enemy side, and that reduces the value of tall punishes. Of course, the other thing is Bounty can't really deal with cards like Sigvald or Draco Turtle. They want to be hit. You have to get through this 8 armor to do anything, and that's not happening.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's like this kind of dichotomy, exactly, because you have these bounty in theory, you have these bounties to deal with all the other little bits of units, potentially that Spellblood. But then there's bigger units. You only get through them with the poisons. Bounty struggles against these big boosty units without actually that much good base bodies. Yeah, you need to actually be able to damage, which you can't do against all the good or Sigvald.
Yeah, and
Nice little bit of.
Udograp's not slowing down. Instantly, after using Doom on Control, uses it again.
Bleeding here makes the vial quicker to effectively resolve the 8 points. Although, like a Golden Necker should be enough to catch up here, though, if you do get that. Could you get a 1-turn poison onto Draco Turtle? You need to find probably.
You have to find a Fist Deck, but yes.
Fist Deck, yeah.
Wait, no. No, you can't. Because this order wouldn't be available. Neither would the order on Failed Experiment, right? Or does. No, Failed Experiment has Zeal. Failed Experiment has Zeal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Totem is played. Basically, Beetle's saying, I want to see everything come out from. And I mean, there's no reason not to play the Vildekar, right? That's 12 tempo.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you're keeping it for
the question
round 3.
is, would it get you ahead if your opponent played Golden Necker still? If yes, then sure, play it. It's especially nice because it isn't the tallest unit, so it's effectively not vulnerable to Toll Punish.
Yeah. So Aquarium needs to get a poison now from the special, from Golden Necker, because the Draco Turtle has to die, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And we see Candle spending, because you get a lot of coins from this, especially with rolling on the board. Oh,
And
this is really
even can
good.
be like a bounty finish off to heal the Ignatius. This will do it in one turn.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't even need to spend with Candle more than the initial amount. Oh, and that Builder Call did nothing, basically.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. If the build card wasn't going to make the difference if the Golden Echo got played, then there wasn't much point in playing it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Freak Show alone would have been enough, right?
Yeah. I guess the question is, if your opponent doesn't have Golden Necker, they just lose.
Yes, there is that. Then yes, you would have gotten the 2-0.
And now, my favorite situation, Sirinova in round 3.
Yeah. Yes, this is top deck game. Beetlegroth going second, but doesn't have the last say. Still can avoid giving really good bounty targets by just playing out this Olgierd. What is Siggy's right pulling back? Potentially the Draco Turtle or probably the Canute actually. You probably play Olgierd then resurrect Canute. In fact, you could do Canute, resurrect, hit it with the totem, and there's no way. Actually, okay, no, there's leader to kill the Canute.
Well, yeah, and there's Hysteria and coins and this and there's lots of ways to kill.
The Canute would kill the Freak Show, at which point the only way to deal with it would be the leader.
Yeah, leader is at 9 right now. So. Yeah. And there is still Candle as a spender, so it's kind of tricky. Champion as Svalbard is 12 points. But first we see Svalbard itself come down.
This was the Svalbard first. Interesting.
I guess they want to, when they play the Canute, they want to get a bear and then use leader to get another bear. But
yeah,
this Hysteria is going to put all that to stop, especially without leader. No Sigvald, by the way, this game. Sigvald was just missed.
Yeah, and then this is a great spend now to ensure that this Freak Show stays above the Canute damage.
What do you need?
It's got to be Draco Turtle now, right? Because you need to use your leader charges.
I'm not even convinced Draco Turtle was correct here. Draco Turtle plays for 12. Canute would have played for 12 as well, no?
Oh yeah, that's true.
And more offensive, you go less tall. I mean, I'd say it's generally sort of better in general.
Maybe yeah. Actually, yeah, I don't know. It's not close though.
It wouldn't make a difference here, and quite comfortable. Arguably a little bit of a high roll on the Golden Echo. Finding that Fistech might have been a bit of a different game if that one-turn poison wasn't found. I mean, the poison would have still been found with the hideout order, say Actually, were there enough? There wasn't an additional poison on board, was there?
No. So yeah, it would have taken an extra turn.
So I don't think the poison would have been finished off if there wasn't a Fistech found.
Yeah, it was 2 out of 3 because the other special on the deck was Eventide.
Yeah, which likely would find the failed experiment as well. But that is the 1-0 lead here, and we are doing a best of 3s in this tournament. It's best of 3s all throughout, single elimination. So it is now Beetlegroth up against the wall. Needs to win both games remaining in the series to get the reverse sweep and stay alive in this tournament.
Indeed.
And definitely gonna have to be Beetlegroth because I reckon it's gonna be pretty Beetle tough having to reverse sweep this Guerrilla Tactics list.
I apologize to all my viewers. There was no one else. All right, we got Beetle Tough on blue coin with Death Wish now against Shiro Guerrilla Tactics.
Yeah.
Who do you like in this matchup?
So, I mean, if Deathwish is able to stop the Shuru getting Giga value, Deathwish should just roll, right? Like,
Is a Shelmar a
Isn't
kind
the
of
point-
beetle?
I mean,
It looks like a. It's got an exoskeleton.
maybe. I mean, I would say beetles are usually small as well.
I see. I thought maybe there's Australian beetles that.
No, I don't think so. Maybe in like prehistoric times or something.
Sorry, you were saying. It's it's good for Deathwish. I think you were. Something like-
I think so. Unless we get like some sort of Giga Shiru, generally this point slam should just outpace like these control tools.
May your sword and
That might be a little
armor
different with the
one.
frog mating season, but
Mhm.
like the frogs probably aren't even as good in like a symbiosis list because you don't have the actual symbiosis additional value. Villavandra a little difficult to set up,
To hurt us.
and this Aaron diet is just gonna be absolutely crazy value. A lot of infusions already out. That is
That's
4
all of them, isn't
infusions
it?
on board right now.
Yeah, there's only Detlaf left. So if those 4 die, then there's no Dagon carryover. Although there's also a squirrel, so
well-
that's not really an issue. So it's just for
Yeah.
thinning in round 1 points.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a bit unlucky to have all these get pulled. I mean, okay, there was only one other option in deck, which was the non-infused bridge, which was not found. But still, you get 1 toad in the graveyard, you get 1 succubus out, and if you carry over, you can play your other giant toad here. That is quite good.
Look at the points, though.
Frog mating season, though. These toads might be trying to contest here.
Why? If
And,
they don't play Toad there, it's an easy tempo pass for Beetle Gruff, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if can you even catch up here, regardless.
Yeah, because you don't have Philodendron into frogs.
No, you have filler for probably backup plan.
Heatwave on
Which
a
is-
15 would be 33. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, okay, I've cut with your adept for 10, maybe?
Okay, Heatwave is usually on the 19.
Okay, Heatwave will do it, and I think even is Catwitcher enough here, even?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It just resolves fully in 2 turns here.
Yep.
Look at that Catwitch at casual 10 for 4. Kind of busted.
Yeah, it's very clever use. As soon as I saw this on ladder once, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's clever." You do have to play it on the range row, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Swordmaster has to go melee. Same with skirmishers. It's a little bit. It would have been 1 more point if you can play it on melee, but I'm thinking about my
Yeah, I
movement
mean-
deck. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Milva.
Milva in hand. But it doesn't really matter.
Probably just.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be going for a bleed 2 cards down here. Probably just have to go for that long round.
Yeah, you just play Mock and Pass and
Have you seen a fuse?
use the carryover there.
Yeah. Interesting taking the Pyrotech and not the 7-point Mercenary. It's just slightly more likely the Mercenary would allow you to stay ahead. But it probably won't even matter if it is just a Squirrel to lead. Yeah, like maybe
Yeah.
there was an argument to just play this in Dragon Warrior and click just to get ahead by 1 and build your carryover.
How many points
Because-
did Quarian win round 1 by? 1 point.
1.
I was thinking of like Heatwave on the Succubus and a leader charge, but that wouldn't have been enough. I guess Heat Waving and Succubus doesn't do a lot if they draw the other two. Which they were gonna.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think it does too much, especially if you can't really graveyard punish the succubuses either, like the additional ones.
Oh
At that
no!
point, they're probably just gonna have enough consumes. Yeah.
Armor's Workshop in hand. Symbolus in deck, so Symbolus is just going to be a tutor for one special, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it was Workshop into Workshop also, and both backup plans in hand means that Symbolus can't be used for that. Sometimes that's the backup plans are literally the backup plan for Symbolus.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we in the business call not ideal.
In the business. So Detlef comes out right away. Gets a Toad out too, and the infusion goes off. Answered by the world's shortest dwarf. 1 power, but it's actually a 7-point card. 6 of which is damage. Will we see it answered? Probably not. Just instead see just AQ on the Detlef. Makes sense. What's better than 1 Detlef? 2 Detlefs. Or if you have Abaya, 3 Detlefs. Abaya did not come out though. Wait.
Abaya's not in this list. I was comparing it to others. I think I
okay.
told you.
I see. Yeah, you just said the word Abaya and I assumed it was in the deck.
No.
Imagine looking at the
one
deck that I'm
Detlef
showing.
is cool. Oh yeah, maybe. I mean, I wasn't trying to, but maybe I did intend to troll you as well.
The leader is used on the
There is
AQ. Get another Detlef. Is there a Heat Wave in this list? No, there is not. 'Cause that makes sense.
in the Death Wish.
Yeah. No, in the ST list. Because
There was. It was used.
it was used on what? The AQ?
Round 1, the toll thing.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, like, ideally, I mean, you would use it on AQ, but they had to use it for
Yes.
reach.
Yeah. So yeah, Beetle is under basically no worries here. Like, there's not even a spores to be worried about. Literally no toll punish, no lock. Technically, Shiru can act as a toll punish, but without Vial on board, it's a bit more limited as to how toll the Shiru could actually get.
We have 2 9s at the
You can
moment.
Yeah, you could get up to 8 with Mahakam Pass. Line this 9 up to 8. Or I guess down to 8. Especially if a bunch of the incubuses or succubuses sort of get eaten, like with leaders to 8, with a Slay No Harpy to 10. You could have a bit of a Shiru lined up at 8.
Cyclops.
So that was a 1-point Cyclops, effectively.
Yeah, but
But
it was. Yeah, why killed the? I guess they figured that 9 is dead anyway, rather than the 6.
I think it's just to play around.
Because of
the
Shiru.
Shiru?
Yeah. But this K-Ran can really screw up Shiru as well.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, okay, you had an 8 and 2 9s.
I don't have a dirty
I
mouth.
mean,
Maybe it was just too worried about that.
okay, we see a Succubus come down. Cyclops bleeds down to 4. I guess the Witcher Adepts are also handy for setting up Shirus, because they bleed 1 a turn.
Yeah, and with that, Beetle now knows that the Armorer's Workshops are bricked.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of armor.
Beetle just drew all... Oh, sorry. Warim drew all the bricks in this game. Drawing Milva and then Double Workshop. But
Yeah, I mean, the move around to, as you said, didn't really matter, and it is technically better to have it, because that means you don't draw into it in the round 3, but
Yeah.
does kind of force additional mulligan and end up finding the workshop. Anyways, Heatwave effectively on a tempering there. Interesting.
Yeah, but I guess the idea is that tempering with Shiro is at least 10. We see Vile get tutored out and just held. So Vile will take Shiro to 7.
Yeah. Which allows you to either keep it at 7 or use the leader to bump it up to 10.
Yeah, so Harpy on a Succubus is 10, right?
Yes.
And this was a 10
But I
also,
don't-
but it got hit with a backup plan.
Yeah.
Capite Odamar.
It's not the benefits.
So we see Doldalok come down, basically Succubus for 8. And a Toad comes down to eat the Succubus. Now we got... See, this is why I didn't understand that Cyclops. Now we still have 2 9s on the board. So what did that... I guess it would have been 3.
There's less 9s, I guess.
Oh, but
It's a raid.
at the time, those
Kung
two
Arabic
9s
just
could have been
raided with
pinged down to
52
8s, and
viewers.
then Mahakam Pass would have made an 8 shear. But now that there's no Mahakam Pass, you're not worried about 8s anymore. Right, 'cause
Yeah.
if Pass was
I
on the
mean,
board, it
9s
would be a
can still be
32-point
knocked
shear.
down. Yeah.
Next turn, I suspect we'll see a Kairan.
Yeah. And the... it might be different on you because I think it's flipped, but... Oh no, it's the same, yeah. This turn behind the Shelmar is also at 9 power, by the way.
Yes. The Shelmar is just
Pay-
hiding it. Stealthy leader,
Yeah.
OP.
Yeah, Shelmar's actual pay-to-win cosmetic by hiding the power of your units.
Of course.
Was that?
I'm just a sexy little cog in a fucked up machine.
So
called
Kairan just used on Detlaf and doubles like 79 to 26. How much wood can a Shiru chuck? The Shiru could chuck wood. We see a backup plan come down. No damage options. Goes for the 6 points.
Prizes.
9988.
Ooh. I believe Kung Fu just raided after the World Cup finals concluded. Thank you for the raid, Kung Fu. Welcome, everyone. We are in the middle of Game 1 of the BeeCharitable Charity Tournament, raising money for Paso Pacifico.
And currently the score is 1-0 in favor of Quarim Lemon versus Beetlegruff. But Beetlegruff is looking to tie the game here, unless
Yes.
Shiru pulls off some sort of incredible magic that I don't see happening.
It's you.
Yeah, I don't see it. It's like 7 or 10. I mean, okay, there's a 10. Maybe line up a couple of 7s.
I mean, how?
I mean, leader on a toad with the Milva.
Hey, Archer's not bad at some points.
Actually, you can line up with like 3 7s, I think.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah, 3 7s.
yeah.
You
No,
can still do
4.
damage even if the row's full.
You can get 4 7s actually.
Oh,
Even more with the archer here, yeah. I don't think it's enough still.
Is that Archer even? Yeah, I guess it is.
Actually, I think that archer might have even been slightly Troll. I think maybe one of those should have gotten a death blow. Because, yeah, you can do one on the toad, kill a drone to send it back, repeat on the other toad.
Wait, what? Oh, because it doesn't
The row is
move.
full now. Oh, should have done. Oh no.
Should have pinged this. That was the mistake.
What do you
Okay, that's not good.
I choose now one. Never have.
No.
Yeah, then
Oh,
then
okay.
it was fine doing the 2 pings like that.
Yeah, but still, like
Good Shiru.
huge Shiru, but
Not
not
enough.
enough. Do you think with Simless instead of the workshops? I mean, Simless would have been
I mean,
One extra
Small
card.
Silver Workshop is what, like 2, 3, 2, 9. That's directly 11 more points. That takes you up to like 59. Then it's doubling down. Yeah, that would have meant slightly ahead, I think.
Would have been 17 more points, right?
Yeah.
So it would have been 65 to 63.
Yeah.
Plus, like,
But that ties.
yeah. I don't know. But it was... I didn't think that Shiru could... I mean, especially with the way Beetle was, like, playing around Shiru. I didn't expect it to be as close as it was. Guys, let me show you some more animals that you can help save in the rainforest, in the dry forest.
A big thank you to Anonymous for kicking off the donations for Paso Pacifico here with a donation of $10. A huge thank you.
Yo, Anonymous is the best. My favorite person right now. Good job.
Yeah.
So Paso Pacifico helps to restore ecosystems on the Pacific coast of Central America. They help with animal habitats, and you can read more about them on this website. I'm going to link now in a second.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really unique and interesting animals sort of endemic to that kind of area that you don't get in other places in the world. So it's really important we protect those places, because if those kinds of animals go extinct, then that's it. They're not going to be around anymore, and I think that's a much sadder world that I don't want to live in.
Save the birch. Are there Cappy? Yes. Well, Cappy live in Central America also. They're not so endangered because they're good pets, I guess. But the capybara love these other animals because capybaras are just all about love. And chill.
You know who isn't all about love?
Skellige.
Yeah, Skellige's helping.
Here comes on-grade raiders to pillage your villages and plunder your booty.
They want to hurt each other, they want to hurt their opponents, they just want everyone to get hurt. Although this raiders kind of succumbs to the circle of life, goes maybe peacefully into death there. Yeah, if you want to support our natural world, you should help the circle of life. Give your bodies over to the natural order. That is the best way to help out.
Give your bodies to natural order. Right. Don't get cremated. Just go bury yourself alive and contribute to the soil. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Be like the
how this,
self-wound Skelligers. And maybe you'll get Freya'd into a better planet.
Yeah, this Elven Swordmaster offered herself up as food for this Draco Turtle, and see how big and strong this Draco Turtle is now.
Yes.
18 power Draco Turtle might be able to enable Beetlegraph to push for an uneven here in this round 1 of this deciding game of the series.
Exactly. Save the turtles. Look at Fred. Look into Fred's eyes. You can make a difference in Fred's life. He's crying. Go save Fred.
Another one.
And we see a Svalblood priest come down. He's trying to hurt the turtle. See, this is the evil corporation of Svalblood. And
Ooh, Fryhead Dragoon. That's a pretty good roll.
yeah.
So, yeah. Fryhead Dragoon protecting the natural order. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, see, because
Might not be
elves are
enough
one
to
with the
protect.
forest. And they don't like to hurt turtles. He said, don't hit the
Yeah,
turtle.
and-
Stop hitting it.
Yeah, Draco Turtles totally live in the forest as well.
The forests of Scotland Yard.
Yeah.
Yes.
the Demon Corsair Poacher here removes the rest of the armor in the Draco Turtle, and does actually secure the win on even there for Skellige. Kyurem passing before going down to 4 cards enables a chance to sort of defend in round 2 and not automatically give the Self-Win a chance to go a card up into round 3.
Yes, so Kwawe
Oh my gosh.
passes the turtle hurdle and gets to round 2.
But you saw the forced mulligans on the Milva and the Armorer's Workshop, only to draw right into the Rock Barrage, which...
Yeah. I mean, I know we're biased in favor of Kwarim, but
these draws...
I just, I really don't like control lists, and especially like these Hero Simless ones that with all sorts of weird answers that I'm not good enough to play around. So every time I see them break a bunch of stuff, I get a little bit happy. So I don't know. I'm enjoying this Rock Barrage in hand gameplay. I also hate skirmishers. I'm filled with hate, Lemon.
Yeah.
You've done well to play less Gwent recently. You sound like you have joy in your heart, much like the sea turtle.
Let us sing the song of steel.
Don't worry, I still have enough hate for certain things.
Yeah.
I just don't let it show too much.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You just channel it by playing Madoc in rank 3. Marjoram.
Sylvan Swordmaster and Dwarven Skirmish are struggling to find good targets.
Yeah. Beetlegriff says, "Go ahead and hit me. Hit my boat." This is the decisive game, by the way. I don't know why I'm like rattling off about nonsense. The tension is thick right now. We got 24 points to 5. There is a totem on the board, Svalbard in hand.
Nice finish.
And we see Simless come down now for Armor's Workshop.
You are no lunatic.
Quarim says, "I better play this while I can before it bricks again." And
Yeah,
that gets them ahead
Gets ahead.
by 2 points.
Yeah, so now if Beetlegruff tries to push here, I mean, there's absolutely no reason not to play this Dennis Cranmer, I'd say, because I don't think you're getting very much armor in the next round at all.
Now we see another Marjoram come
Super
down.
told card. And look,
Just baiting
when
the
the
heat
Source
wave.
is already out and there's the threatening Dennis, yeah, like you don't care if my opponent plays Heatwave, cool, I'm just gonna pass and get out of here. I'm probably not catching up anyways unless I commit something huge.
That's a good way to think about it, because like my instinct was to play this and hit it, but when they've played Workshop, that Cranmer's is in hand. They're probably gonna play it. So does 12 points get you ahead from that? No. Then keep it for next round when it will have more value, right?
Yeah.
Especially after winning round 1 on even.
Yeah. If you want, I mean, this is where it gets a little bit more committal. You could play the build call. Hope it's a little bit awkward for your opponent. That is what we see happen. Doesn't require much to get ahead. Square, literally like anything will do the trick. Problem is, do you play this Bad Rock Barrage? It's also a bit troublesome in terms of pulling the Milva out when you don't want her out. Do you burn your Neuromancy for something? It's Simless. Could this be South? It's South!
The counter goes off of any specials, right?
Yes, any special. And so they counter 2, and then 3 points come back to the board. And it resets if it gets killed off by Svalbard as well. So, kind of busted card if I'm being honest.
Especially when you get it for free from Philavandrel. Because, part of the challenge I've always had with Salve is that it's great if you have it in round 1, but it's like a 7p card, and, it's a special, so you can't easily tutor it without something like
Yeah.
Oniro or Tome, but here comes Milva. Oh my god.
Crying out loud.
Oh, I don't think there were any more bricks left, were there? I guess,
No,
No, yeah,
it was
this
the
is-
Milv and the Rock Barrage, which both got mulliganed.
yeah.
So there's a Nero to find Heatwave or Frog Mating Season. Has to choose between them.
What got Squirrel?
What did Squirrel take out? Was it?
Draco Turtle.
Yeah.
No, guys, the invasive Australian squirrel
That's
banished the mythical Draco Turtle of Elwyn Forest.
that's just the food chain. We can't get mad at that. That's just a squirrel hunting its
Yes.
natural prey.
Hello there.
Squirrels have been known to feast on dragons, it is known.
Yeah.
And welcome, I am doing a poop. We are here.
And here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, like, this squirrel, it's basically just gonna die once the Svalbard comes down. Like,
Because
these points
bears
don't
counter
matter.
squirrels?
Yeah, we're going up the food chain.
Hmm. See, this is a stream where you not only learn about Gwent, but about the forest ecosystems where bears apparently can catch squirrels. Don't mind my co-host. There aren't any bears in Australia, other than koala bears, which are not really bears.
Which are, yeah, which, yeah.
Oh, I even closed my ears.
Fun fact, they're just a misnomer name. What do you think the Shearer is gonna hit? It's getting kind of awkward with both players sort of having 6 and 7 power units.
moment. I need to smoke.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shearer can sometimes sort of clean up after a Svalbard gets played.
There's also the Milva. It's very hard to like keep track of for me. All of the combinations.
Yeah. It's like you need to sequence like your 2 damages that Mill provides, and then the 1 damage when she's on the board, and yeah. Okay, here's the heat wave. Basically saying, okay, this is really annoying. I can't sort of set up a shearer onto this. And also, I don't care about Sigvald because you don't have enough time, you don't have a location to really set this up properly. You've played Mardrams as well.
Yeah.
The Sigvald gets played.
But the Sigvald's still going to be a lot of points because of Ursine. Leader and
Yes. Ooh.
Svalbard.
It will still be good.
We see Dow come out. Probably hit this, yeah.
I trust no one. Never have.
Oh, okay. So now they're threatening Shiru on 6 by pinging Sigvald.
It's basically saying you have to click Sigvald this
But-
turn, otherwise.
I mean, this is fine. You want to play Svalbard here anyway. It's not like
Yeah.
super ideal, but it's still pretty good because you can use the Sigvald and the next turn Canute it to hit something. Or at least that's what I would do.
Yeah. I mean, ordinarily, yes, if you had access to the Canute.
All right, Canute was never played.
Yeah,
what is
it would
this?
have to be a bit different. Because the right is probably just 12-point build card, honestly. Unless...
Oh, the Signify is still
Shuri-
at 12, so it's fine.
Yeah. And you could also bring back... I mean, okay, it doesn't really matter now, because leader is gone, but there could have been an argument to bring back the blob. I don't
You
think
always
Shuri's
click.
enough, though.
Oh, no, you don't. Because... Wait, what?
That's...
What do you want?
Yeah. Even without this year, I don't see why you wouldn't really click there.
Yeah, Heatwave's
It
gone.
does. It matters. It matters.
I don't understand. Why not click?
It's a... Oh, wait, it's a tie.
What do you need?
Yeah, I don't know why you don't click there.
Must have been a miscalculation. It's not...
Like, even without the Sigvald, it's just taking additional bleeding that turn, whereas you weren't going to damage it anymore in this final turn. So you don't gain anything by leaving it. If the opponent has a Toll Punish even, they're just going to Toll Punish it no matter what. Add on to the fact that there's this Shiru, which is only
Oh,
really getting
wait,
hit
wait,
at
wait.
6.
Horomolka points out that there was a 14-point Shiru. because of Vile? Was it Vile? So Shuriken with 3 leaders goes to 12.
Okay, right. So
Wait, there was 7 bleeding on the Sigvald.
yeah, that would do it then. Yeah, it was at 7 and 7.
Okay,
Yeah.
how does Shiri get to? Oh, there's a Mahakam Pass.
5 from the tempering 2 leaders does it. So that is true. 14 is still more than, I guess, 12 technically.
Oh.
And you also do take the damage. Okay, so then it wouldn't have even been a tie. So I guess that was actually correct then. Gruff does take the draw from the jaws of defeat.
Wow. Yeah, imagine
yeah.
doubting these players.
Yeah.
So that is game 4 now.
Yeah.
It
then
was
actual correct play would have been then to click sort of the Sigvald before the Blood fully resolved then, if possible.
to get it to 13.
Yes, or something like that. I don't know. Or something staggered.
Was there a Vile on the board in round 3?
No, it's just temporary. Actually, it couldn't have been. Vile comes out in round 1 in this matchup.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm not sure if what I'm saying was possible or not, but that might have been a line.
Now. And
Yeah.
to try and think of all this in the moment too. Can be with the rope ticking.
Oh yeah, it's hard, especially since
You can't see all we can see all the cards and we're struggling figuring out the best line.
actually I don't know what times it is for these players, but hopefully it can't be that bad actually.
I think this is for Beetle Cup at least. I think it's a good time. Rhyhad, are they in South America? It might be a little early for them, but
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
for me it's 8:30 a.m. right now on a Saturday, which is definitely too early.
Yeah, 1:30 a.m. is too early, I'd say.
I'll quit your complaining, Lemon. I had to wake up at 7 a.m. We saw that Cat Witcher Adept played first.
Yeah, just lack of proactivity.
Okay. It makes sense. This deck doesn't have... It's all about answers.
In your dream.
Yeah.
We see
I mean,
Avalok Sage come
yeah.
down for Care Trolled in round 1. More thinning, I guess. But
Real aggressive setup. Nice roll with the bomber. To board wipe essentially. Yeah.
wow. That is a huge backup plan. That is it.
Yeah.
I mean, not just 8 points, but denies another 6 minimum. The Draco Turtle comes down, Clash is used, Beetle gets ahead by quite a bit.
This is basically the same start as last game, really.
So Beetle really likes
total with location is a lot.
using Care Trolled round 1, huh?
It could just be more in this matchup. Saving it later can run into problems with the heat wave. Here you're sort of forcing your opponent to have the heat wave. If they don't, they just lose on even.
Right.
Even if they do heat wave here, then you have choice. You have options to still get them on even.
Yeah, makes sense. Neither player is clicking on the vial, though. One of them had an onager. Have you ever played a vial with an onager? It's hilarious when your opponent has one too. Every turn you just get...
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunate Archer there. No space for the death bow to trigger. Would have been nice to have clicked one of the frogs before, but maybe that was looking too much into the future. Can get a huge vitality on this adept though. Actually,
It's units, right? Yeah, so this doesn't count. This vial is really messing things up this round.
Yeah.
If the Vile had gone, it's random, right? Or does it always go melee row?
I don't know. It might always be melee. And that's the other thing. Maybe there's an argument if you place the archer between the other, like the two frogs which are adjacent, you could have put vitality on her to not give as tall of a target for the Canute this turn. Slightly more points, but would it have made a difference? Not really. I think you'd still be just ending up with the pass here, going to 7 cards in hand. Going into this round 2. So you could see dry pass into a long round 3 for self-wound. Or it could be the bleed coming through yet again. No access to the Doom of Yandra to reset this character rolled as of right now. Doesn't draw into it either. So what do you reckon you'd do here?
I always bleed, but I don't know. Yeah, especially when you have like Foul Blood in hand.
That's the case.
But
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
because this deck has what? It's got the Simless Cranmer combo. Other than that, points just come from Shiro. But usually, if you can break up the rounds, it's better, right?
Yeah. If you can bleed the Simless out and stay ahead, you're generally in a decent spot. Otherwise, yeah. I guess the point is kind of whatever you're left over with between the leader and the Milva. Yeah, I mean, there's maybe an argument that the Philavandrel and Frogs can provide a bit more point potential late, like wherever you needed. But yeah.
So far, Beetle just played like Totem and a couple of bronzes. And
Yeah.
they're ahead by 11 points now. Simless is going to come down.
Feign not ignorant.
I also want to point out, Offering hasn't gotten to have any value in this series so far. I don't think we've seen a single Offering
Take care of myself.
get drawn and used.
There's one played at some point, I think. Ended up boosting a Frenzied Dow to 7 in the deck, but
I see.
I don't think it was really noticeable.
Yeah.
Nice Simless. Combines with the leader there to kill off the priest.
Oh, because the armor gave an extra 3-point damage to the skirmisher. That's right.
Yeah, it was. I had the red order before because the armor had been taken away by.
This is basically a gold,
did it
by
just
the
get
way.
killed before?
So Beetlegruff passes after getting the Simless. Too many points to catch up. And like you said, Cranmer is guaranteed. If you have like a bronze, you might play it. If you want to shorten the round, but there's no reason to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there wouldn't have even been any pressure to play the Cranmer. Like,
Yeah.
you could have just played the Squirrel in response, say banished the Joker Turtle Canute.
Do you even keep the Cranmer? I guess you have Mock Pass still.
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, the dwarf that Magan Pass creates can have 4, potentially more armor, depending on what exact dwarf it is. We do see. Okay, Draco Turtle goes away.
Again,
Says
not a lot of proactive cards in this deck, so you just play. You can, right? Boat comes down, gets pinged by the totem.
yeah.
What is it, Skirmisher? Yeah. So deploys for, 1 point, basically.
Yeah. Look,
Well, it denies the click, I guess. So it's more than 1
yeah,
point.
and if there's nothing sort of effective for the totem to do, I mean, even with modern doing the self damage anyways, it doesn't really do much here nor there.
And having it on the board meant you can't play like a adept or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, a miner.
Miner.
That's actually pretty good for Cranmer value.
Yeah, can give 4 armor to this Dwarven Skirmisher. And
Does Vito
that
play
ends up
Svalbard
being-
now?
Nice punching.
I guess
Just
not.
gonna play Adept.
Yeah, I think the Svalbard wouldn't have even spawned a bear on the deploy. So I don't know if there would have been an easy way to kill the skirmisher regardless, though.
Is
You
it
would have maybe had just full leader.
deal damage to units? So even if it hits armor, it counts, right?
I thought not.
Oh.
That could be wrong.
Pride is
Chat, does anybody know? If Svalbard hits armor, does it count as one of the 8 units that it was?
Death awaits us all.
By the way,
Back up
Beetlegraph
left.
having units split means this Blue Mountain Elite was able to get a kill onto that Bear Witcher for the Vandal backup plan, kind of OP.
It really is. Philavandrel in general is basically OP. It's a 5 body and a special on demand of your choosing. Very flexible. And one of the, makes me...
Ooh, we could have a... Oh, Miner's gonna set up the Shiru here. So instead of going for the Kramer, you can just get the 10-point Shiru for 20 points of damage. Goodbye, board.
Wow. But, Svalbard value.
Yes. Yeah. And,
So this miner
and, yeah,
was used to
neither-
boost the Shiru and get it to 10.
Yeah, that's no armor being gained. The Philavandrel, whilst it was a good play, it does create a couple small bodies, which is really perfect for the Svalbard to prey on. I guess the silver lining for Irene is that the Svalbard doesn't have any bear abominations on board already to flip, so it's only really dealing 2 damage to the whole board here, unless a full leader is used this turn. But it doesn't look like that is the case.
Yeah.
So you can just Heat Wave.
Where is the
Svalbard.
Sigvald again in the deck?
Sigvald's in deck right now. Sigdrifa's right, really only pulling the Canute, which doesn't really have anything nice to work with right now.
Yeah. It feels like every game Beetle's been missing either Canute or Sigvald.
But still, this might not be over. Field Call is 12 points. That's enough to almost tie it up. I think it still is a win.
There's this leader. Cranmer's just 8 points right now.
Actually, Field Call order shenanigans might be enough to get the win.
Sigdrifa is also 12. Do you even use leader charges at this point?
I mean, I would have thought you use leader charges there, because currently each point of damage is literally less points. Probably the play here is to Canute, hit your Bear Abomination, smack your leaders into Champion of Svalbard and eat the Bear Abomination. Or you just resin Greatsword for 12 actually. That'll...
That's not enough. I think the Canute play is better.
Canute can be...
Because it's 1 point to leader it down.
I guess it's the same no matter what you damage. Is it enough? It's enough, right?
By
By
1.
one.
Wow.
Um,
Damn. Very, very, very close series.
yeah.
1-1 and then a tie and then a 1 point win for Beetlegraph, who comes out ahead. Pretty impressive series, to be honest, from both players.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, very fine margins there in that final round. Huge Shiru, but as you said in that round too, once the Shiru is gone, they can struggle for the points. And also Philavandrel was nice. No matter what the Philavandrel did, it just played into the Svalbard a little too much. Svalbard closes the gap, and then the Wild Call is not what you'd expect, but that is enough there to secure the win.
Yes, and from a selfish standpoint, I'm always happy when this loses, because whenever this deck wins a tournament, it's all over the ladder. Okay, so next round, do you want to watch Dosen versus Nick UKR or Beetlegraph versus Romero?
I believe the plan was to watch both,
Oh, nice.
but then again, I'm not sure how client lets you do them in sequence because you just hit start this round. Or I guess since you meant to manually put the coin flip, I guess it won't go until then. I might need to confirm what the plan is.
Oh, they're asking us which one we want to cast first.
Okay. Well, we can just do the first, like, Beetlegraph Romero since it's top to bottom, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cast Beetle versus Romero. We already saw Beetle's decks, so let me go ahead and pull up Romero's decks. So we can take a look at
A
those.
few upsets in the round one, I'd say, even. You had, Kyurem getting knocked out, and Kareem getting knocked out.
Who did Kareem lose to?
Also, Kuromoka.
Kareem lost to Romero 2-1. Dosen lost to STF, and then Hormalka lost to Nikki KR. So that's not really an upset. They're both good players.
Yeah.
I'll just add us as observer to all of them, right?
I'd probably only do the first ones because otherwise it might try and put us in both at once. I don't know.
Okay.
They shouldn't start. I don't know. Just do one for now. I think the other. Or,
Yeah.
actually, I don't know. Do whatever you think is better.
No. This is. I think not tasking the tournament platform with any complexity is probably the way.
Because like if it's restarted, then I think we should be fine to get added to the other one. But like, because I think that's the plan. Right. Well, I got some good news for you.
Yes.
We have another Square control list.
Oh,
This time Precision Strike.
fun with Commander's Horn and Moran and COC and Heatwave and Zoltan. It's a similar kind of list. It's just instead of Shiru, it goes Zoltan. So a bit more points, less explodey.
By exploding, you mean less sure?
Yes. Instead, it has a COC.
Yeah, so yeah, a little bit more toll punish. Need to be careful with that COC, of course, when you're playing the Simless. But yeah, it has more sort of point slam with the Zoltan Eudora combo, with that Commander's Horn. Probably a bit easier to enable than like that Philavandrel into Frog Mating Season.
There's also a Maxi here. And Mahakam Volunteers for consistency. So should have a slightly easier time than the Milva list dodging bricks, because there's less bricks for one.
Yeah.
Then we have Shield Wall Alumni. So this is a list we've seen. I've seen on ladder a decent bit. It likes blue coin. It jams Defender, Letitia round one, and with Shield Wall, like they can protect a lot of these cards. Rune words are used. That's it can be used to get extra students if your students are killed. And there's even a siege ladder to move units to the other row. But this list would suffer against guerrilla tactics, but Beetle doesn't have that. So, have you played this list or against it much?
No, I barely played Gwent in the last month.
Good for you. No wonder you
I've-
sound so happy.
I've been doing too much maths. But it's sort of a new take on alumni. I think notably, Anseis is something that you'd see in this list semi-commonly, but it looks like there's probably Defender being run over that spot, or potentially the Heat Wave. So a bit of choices, I guess, coming down in that 10 provisions, but still the core is going to be pretty similar to how we're used to alumni playing. Play as students in round 1, potentially rune words in this kind of list as well.
Yeah,
And to
they cut
maximize
Rafard's
patience value with that
vengeance.
Letitia.
That's
Right, Rafard's is another consideration,
Yeah.
10p.
instead
Which
they play
makes sense if
Oniro
you're-
and AA. Now that they're both
Actually-
12 provisions. This is insane.
Yeah. But would you even play Rafard's with Shield Wall, really?
No.
That seems...
Well, if it's behind a defender or if it's shielded, it probably lives,
Yeah.
but Anseus is the same. Well, no, because Anseus you play on melee row and then give it a shield.
Yeah, Unsafe is fine with Shield Wall still.
And you
Arguably
boost it
it's
with
better
the
in
defender.
Shield Wall,
Yeah.
because Shield is better for dueling. But yeah, there is this defender which main purpose is to protect the Letitia, correct?
Yeah.
Because if
Like,
your
you
Letitia
want
gets
that
to
combo
4
round 1.
patience-
But
Yeah.
if you don't draw it, you still. I mean, you have options.
Yeah, Letitia's really only good in that round 1 as well, right? She pales as the game progresses.
If you want students on the board with her. You generally don't want students in round 3. So that makes sense. But
And yeah. And the scary thing about Letitia is, let's say, because she is ranged lock, right? You play the defender back row, play Letitia, then choose a student. Wait a bit for your Letitia to get up to 4 patience. Then you play a front row student, click the Letitia, bang, boom, your front row student hits the 4 patience immediately. And since your opponent couldn't get through defender, suddenly you have Zil on your alumni without giving them a chance to sort of stop that by dealing 4 damage to a student.
yeah, exactly. Like even if you have lots of removal, because they can play melee student and click Letitia same turn, they're basically guaranteed zeal.
Yeah.
So next we have this collusion list. This has been pretty popular. It's similar to the old, Siggy Mastermind. The differences are that now there's a Furco because of 7 provisions and a Sausage Maker since it got buffed to 6 power. Other than that, it still plays 2 pulling the strings and plays Mutant Makers.
Wait. Wasn't there usually a Justice in this list?
Some people play Novigrad Injustice. Some people play Sausage Maker.
Was it Sausage Maker of Justice? Maybe it was.
Yeah.
Maybe they still played for the other crimes.
Like in the old
Might be
lists,
mixing
there used
up.
to be like Tunnel Drill and Junior.
Yeah.
That was like the and Hamelfart.
Yeah,
Like that was the combo. Like with Senior was for the cut ups, but now that we have like, I don't know, Sausage Maker is a crown splitter, so that you don't need Tunnel Drill anymore. And then that was Furco.
I might be thinking from kind of before Sausage Maker became a bit more popular. I think credit to Kirk for that inclusion.
It got buffed to 6 power a while back. So
Yeah.
and then Furco also got provision buff. We're just provision buffing everything. These are Romero's lists, right?
Yeah. I think
I don't see any bans.
so we don't have bans yet. Yeah, I was looking at the exact same thing. So hopefully players just thinking and deciding on what to make there.
Yeah, pick and ban start. That was 7 minutes ago. So they still have 3 minutes.
Yeah, so yeah, just to say again, for anyone who maybe is just tuning in, this is a charity tournament run by the amazing people over at BeeCharitable. They are a German organization that do a number of programs for charity. In particular, they run tournaments to raise funds for charities in games such as Gwent, such as League of Legends, and this is one such event. And there's a number of different charities they work with. Today, the charity we're focusing on is Paso Pacifico, which you can see at the bottom of the screen, the lovely graphic there. And Paso Pacifico, they do a bunch of work on the Pacific side of the coast of Central America. aiming at restoring the ecosystems there, sort of protecting the animals in those areas, and sort of just ensuring that we don't ruin all the nature that is in that area of the world. So if you have the means to donate, it would be amazing if you can. If you do !charity in the chat, you'll get the link to the page for the fundraiser. And yeah, if you do have the ability to give, it would be amazing if you would be able to. And it's worth mentioning that there are goals, I think. You can see the 200 goal on screen, but there are also smaller goals. If those sort of benchmarks are met, then BeeCharitable will match a portion of the donations. The particular benchmarks are at $70, they're $10 will be matched, at $120, $30 will be matched, and at $200, there'll be $50 matched in total. So all up, if we reach the goal for 200 from donations, then there'll be 250 overall.
Spider monkey's habitat is endangered by deforestation, and Paso Pacifico is like planting trees to make new forests for them. Spider monkeys need you. Help the spider monkey. Ah, we got an invite.
I love monkeys. I was born in the year of the monkey.
And chat is also full of baboons. We are well represented here. So what would you...
So
Yeah, let me pull up the match.
I was trying to make some pun about spider monkey.
Yeah. No Kashis in this tournament, unfortunately. We got so the bands are in. We got Beetlegruff's Toussaint was banned, Shoop Toussaint, and Romero's Shield Wall alumni was banned. Not very surprising here.
I wanted to see Toussaint. A bit sad we don't get to see that. But,
There's still always the finals.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm a big believer in Beetlegruff. Every tournament I watch them play and they do well.
I'm predicting Self Wound up against her.
I'm predicting Cove against Self Wound. Yes. It's on my screen. I'm predicting it.
I heard the music for Skellige. I didn't know what Romero was taking when I said that.
Yeah, okay, sure.
That's
So
really interesting.
Hope doesn't mind blue coin as much here, right? Because like you get to set up your tags to yoink stuff.
Yeah. And that's why Cove tends to be a little bit more blue coin. You can already see recent make coming down. That's 2 coins, 3 profit. Already has reach of 8 coins with the Tiger's Eye. So here's the portal. And okay, this is already a 7. If you really wanted to go aggressive, you could go leader and then Furko into a pulling the strings, and you could even see the Drakkar if that came out from the portal here. But pretty good tag with blind eyes coming from the Eventide Plunder, the street urchins there. That's a tag which is probably one of the harder ones to get early on in the game.
Because usually you just get it from King of Beggars or a poison. Those are kind of the cards you don't open with. But there is no Bloody Good Friends, which is the other 2 tag card that you love playing in this deck.
Yeah, not in hand here. So if you want to really make these pulling the strings scary, you probably have to go for this Furko. Otherwise, it looks like maybe just a little bird here. Finds cutoffs as a tag, which is definitely what you'd prefer, considering you do have access to Crown Splitters in hand. But this priest probably getting out of range of any potential strings being pulled. Yeah. Maybe don't try to pull strings on some bloodthirsty priest that holds a knife to cut through said head strings.
So the Drakkar gets yoinked. That's the first yoink of the game.
And 4 tags on board.
Are there any dual faction cards that have a gang that see play by any other faction than Skellige? Then, sorry, Syndicate?
You mean in Syndicate decks? I mean, Shadowing has a gang.
Yeah. I was thinking of like, do you ever like yoink something and it adds a tag to you outside of a mirror?
Not really. I mean, technically, if you have a Squareless playing like Cleaver's Muscle,
Yeah, or
like no
Temple
Rain
Guard
Justice
in NR.
I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, Navigating Justice can be played in some lists.
Does Kikimor have a tag? Kikimor Warrior?
Not the good ones that get played. There's like an Endrega Kikimor, but
No,
I
no.
don't
I
think
mean
that's
the
even dual
monster
faction.
one, the one that spawns another.
I don't think so. I don't. What are the?
The
think it's
3
even-
power guy that you click on and it destroys something.
Oh right, Kikimor Warrior. Yeah. That is dual. Actually, you are correct. Yeah. Sorry, that one.
But does that have a gang?
Might. Is it dual? I can't remember.
This is looking like a round where Svalbard might get played. The way this board is set up.
Anyways, Sausage Maker is on the board. Probably turning some bears into some lovely meaty treats. Gosh.
Yo, we've raised $60 so far. I missed the extra donations, but sweet.
That's amazing. Yeah. Shout outs to Anonymous for a $25 donation, and also to Igar for 25 with the caption exclamation mark Cappy.
We
Thank
gotta
you very
play the
much
song
to
now.
both of you. We do. Thank you, Igar.
Do it for the Cappies and the Cappy friends. So Poison got played. A fist deck from hand, I think.
Yes.
And there was this other Poison on the board. So there comes
I think-
Foul Blood.
Okay, that. Yeah.
And
so that was
2 leaders to
pretty
trigger it
standard.
again. To get ahead.
So it looks like. Yes, looks like Priest got poisoned. Spellblood is enough to get ahead. Only passive points right now are coming from this Bear Witcher Adept. So that's sort of the only thing to watch out for in terms of who is actually staying ahead.
Yeah, but what does Romero do? They don't have enough coins for Shady Vendor. Yeah, they would have to play Junior.
Yeah, you killed this. Because there actually isn't really that much super scary engine value, I'd say. Yeah, protect up your Sausage Maker so he'll be at full power going into the start of next round. Okay,
Okay, so Beetle's
Let's
not
go
ahead
ahead.
on even anymore.
No. So the pass. So I really want to see an offensive Crow's Eye onto the Sausage Maker. It wouldn't help getting ahead, but it would get rid of the vitality.
Wait, what? Oh, pure. Can you even? No, it's allied unit.
You
It says allied.
can. Oh no, it's allied. Ah, sad.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. This is why I cast now and don't play Tom. And this is also where I start to make my excuses. It's 2 a.m. So, this is a pretty good spot for the Syndicate to have this resilience where your opponent has to either just pass and you get to keep card advantage going to round 3, or they have to push into this 6-point deficit where you also have Spellblood is out. They don't have sort of any location carryover to help make up for that difference, and you do just see. Yeah, that's
Wow.
it.
Fast.
And yeah,
Not
and
even
with no
care troll.
Spellblood in hand. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and like there's really unless you value the cage roll deeply, there's not really a downside, I'd say, to playing out that cage roll.
Maybe you don't want the
Because,
Syndicate player to have a chance to give Sausage Maker Resilience and get another tag
I
on the
mean,
board.
okay, if they had Novigrad in hand, that's why. Because unless you sort of got ahead with that uncrate unit, which most of them don't play for 7 points,
Yeah.
opponent could have just played Novigrad and sort of freely developed their own carryover. That's why you
Yeah,
see.
actually, none of them play for
here-
that many points.
Yeah, and you see here, yeah, I mean, Uncrate Warrior would be the best, but that's too slow to get that 7 points. Enough to sort of threaten if we saw that in the last round.
There's one that plays for 6,
Isn't-
the Marauder, but that's
Yeah.
still, I mean,
Yeah, and that would still only sort of tie. Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be enough if the Novigrad got played.
you would love to steal the Greatsword, but you kind of can't yet.
No.
The Greatsword is like, that's basically an 11. 10, but guaranteed 10. So if you steal it, it's like a 20-point yoink.
Yeah. Lead on the Plunder is nice because it forces out the K-Trolled quite early.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's always nice when a 4 provision bronze special gives you an must answer card.
Yeah.
Which you have to use one of your win
Traits,
cons to deal with it.
Yeah, although, look, on the other hand, there are limited sort of things to the K-Troll. Like, this deck has a lot of sort of semi-decent sized things that you want to deal with. It's fine. Sort of killing that. Otherwise, you're sort of only killing a spender, but I don't think you're killing all the spenders here.
Yeah, you tend to prefer to use Care Trolled on like a Sigvald or a Draco Turtle. Although, once again,
Yeah.
Beetle, this Sigvald in deck.
Yeah.
This Avalok
yeah.
business has not been enough fitting to.
Yeah, the Draco Turtle was used already, but yeah, the lack of tutoring for units kind of hurt him. Here's a Blind Eye tag, so Blind Eye is already out before we see any
That's 4, isn't it?
beggars coming down.
Yeah, now you can play Siggy. Nope, just a bird.
Bird is the word.
And that takes him to 5 tags, right? Firesworn, and
Yeah,
this can get yoinked from, well, not enough coins from Shady Vendor, actually, because spend was used.
yeah.
No, but yes, the bleed makes it so that you can yoink it if it's not healed somehow. But Canute going to take care of that, and kills the little bird. You have to answer little bird. It is an insane amount of points if left alone. The only thing is that little bird can't boost itself, so unless there's 2 of them, you usually can kill it with 5 damage. But you kind of have to do that. So Canute is deployed for that reason. We don't see leader charges used on Canute yet to get it to 5 power, and part of that is, again, you don't want to risk it getting yoinked, I guess. Now we have 6 tags on the board because Salamander and Firesworn are coming in from Jacques.
I think it would have been maybe fine to just get the Canute to 5 that turn.
Yeah, but what if you get payday?
'Cause there wasn't enough coins to tribute.
Oh, that's
No.
true. That's true. I didn't think about that.
I don't think there was a way to really answer it that following turn. But yeah, maybe you don't like that you're using your leaders there, but I don't even know really what you care about using your leaders on. Maybe a Siggy Draco Turtle, but yeah, because then you threaten killing off like siege, like okay, I mean Peaches will siege out, but there's additionals of those tags, but you know, so at least it's a little bit more threatening.
Yeah.
There's the Jacques, that's Salamander tag gone, and yeah, unless I guess Siggy plays out the Mutant Maker, that's the only remaining Salamander tag access right now. But big Draco Turtle.
All Romero needs is a poison from Shady Vendor, or a poison from Siggy.
Yeah, but Siggy early, it's a 50-50 whether you'll see the poison. Does find it, doesn't see the King of Beggars. And yeah, I think that is definitely the correct choice. Bit unfortunate that the tallest unit is the Draco Turtle, which eats up the damage from the collusion. Probably colluding against the actual user of the collusion there.
If this Canute had been available here, it could have reduced the value of this poison, but it can't now.
Yeah.
Points being distributed. Board value. And now we see Shady Vendor. How big is the yoink? It steals the Canute.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
Beetlegruff just
And,
taps
yeah,
out.
Look, I don't know if it would have made a difference, but at least there would have been a fighting chance if you enabled the Canute the turn it was played. Because like there weren't 5 tags on board. There was already the Tide Cloak. So the leader would have helped gain additional tag. There wasn't really a way to pulling the strings on the Canute. It could have done things. Now, I don't think you can stem the tide of all the tags. There would be enough pulling the strings probably to follow it up regardless, but yeah, I would have at least had a bit more of a fighting chance. That does mean Romero goes up here 1-0. And what's the remaining deck? The remaining deck is this Precision Strike, which can struggle a bit on the blue coin. Should be a bit of a decent time now with Beetlegruff just getting to play out the Death Wish here, but maybe a bit rougher playing into double Toll Punish. Yeah, it is amazing that we are up to $60 on the charity donation. If we can get that a little bit further to 70, like $10 more to 70 would help us reach our first goal. And that is the point where BeeCharitable will match with $10 as the first goal.
Yeah. If we get to $70, I will cast this next game as a potato. Let's go.
Yeah, that's all the motivation you need, right?
Also, here's some derp to peer pressure you. Save the bird so Derp can go chase them. I forgot to do edit comp. If I have any mods in the chat, feel free to update the score as we go. So, what do you... I guess you have to keep Precision Strike, so yeah, and Death Wish makes sense.
It should just be Death Wish versus Peace Strike here. Should.
And
yes.
it turns out you were correct. Incredible prediction, as usual.
I mean, this is the one where it's quite defined which deck prefers which coin. In terms of predictions, Death Wish is pretty safe saying they'll take on blue coin most of the time.
Why is that, I wonder? Why does Death Wish always like blue coin? I wish I knew.
Might be something to do with the Urn of Shadows duplicating the Death Wish of your Brewer's Ritual.
You're saying if I start round 1 with an extra 20 points, that's an advantage? And 2 thinning? Okay.
It might be even better if you run this card called Erendite, which sort of acts as carryover if you're able to stay ahead of the opponent.
Yeah. I
Which
basically
is
counted
quite
that
easy.
as the 20. Part of the 20.
Yeah.
Like 2 8s and 4 temp points on Erendite.
Yeah.
It's second best, or it's the best stratagem situation in the game, followed distant second by the Skellige one, which is like 4 and 1 thinning.
Yeah. But here is the Dagon, the relics from Days Gone. Putting the depths into the graveyard. I see double infusions put out onto the giant toads because both are currently missing from hand. And early curse. Goodbye, Dagon.
You wouldn't want to hurt us, would you?
Wait. Oh. There's more in this list. So that early curse effectively puts a lot of pressure on the Brewis ritual. You're basically saying to your opponent, you either use a leader early on the Brewis ritual here, or if I have the Morin, I can just lock it.
But there's a
there is the
Pellar.
Pellar in response, so it doesn't quite work out that way. But it does at minimum get rid of the infusions. That's a little less points and less warships for the Dagon there, right?
And Dagon gets banished anyway.
Yeah, which doesn't end up mattering too much though. But,
So that doesn't, like, the COC getting used there and the lock only cost Beetle like 1 Pellar. And they're still ahead by 30
Yeah.
points. Erendite's still grown every turn. So this was a good round 1 for Beetle, I would say.
yeah, I'm not necessarily convinced. Curse can be a little awkward later on, especially since Death Wish is a bit deceptive in that, it has a lot of points, but it doesn't necessarily have to go super tall. Like, probably the tallest unit would end up being like an AQ at like 12-ish,
I mean, that's tall enough
which
against
yeah.
Speed Strike. Like, sure, Cranmer goes tall, but usually you play that later.
the AQ should come down first. Or maybe I'm thinking about old AQ before she went to 5.
Well, and
But yeah.
the thing is, like, I don't think that COC was bad necessarily. If there's no Pellar in hand, that line is very good, right? Like, being like, the way to control a Death Wish deck as control is to control the consumes. Dagon is a consume plus like 4 or 5 more points if the round gets any play, right? So you can't leave the Dagon on the board and contest the round. So but Urn is just too strong, basically. There's no getting around it.
That felt like overkill. I can't fault it necessarily, but like, you kill a 12-point unit to kill a 6-power unit.
Yeah, but that's a body and a 1 point a turn engine. If you're planning to bleed heavily, that is like a 10 or 11 point card, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong at all. It is, I'd say, probably correct, but it feels bad in the moment at the same time.
Yeah, you feel like your card's not getting value. Like, you're like, it's like how I feel when there's a 2-power Self-Eater and I gotta hit it with 3 damage or use a Toad to eat it. But like, I have to remind myself that 2-power Self-Eater is really 12 points. It's fine. Just because you don't see the points doesn't mean it's not playing for that many points. This is a nice little...
I don't have a date.
This Giant Slayer with 7 armor, because it keeps the armor.
Yeah. And you could... Wait, keeps?
As in, like... So, like, if you got a Berserker, it would be losing armor every turn. But for Cranmer value this round, like...
Yeah, this round. I thought you meant, like, Resilience would keep it, which is, not the case. Yeah.
So, Arendite's used on a Skirmisher. Beetle's still ahead by quite a bit. And Arendite's still growing. There's no Squirrel since it was used on Dagon.
Could go for the Saboteur, but maybe the damage is just a bit better. Maybe you could try to help your Giant Slayer slay this Seleno Harpy. Which it's getting there.
All big point swings every turn. Backup plan played for a decent bit.
Yeah, it's casual 8-point potentially controlled card.
Yeah. So Beetle passes here. Interesting pass. I guess not a lot of consumes in hand, or what?
Oh, Blue Mountain Elite.
I'll feed you to the crows.
Wow. And he gets the resilience because of the Blue Mountain Elite. If like that succubus had gone melee row, that doesn't happen, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually the second time I think we've actually seen the Blue Mountain Elite get played in this series from backup plan, and there's one unit on each row.
Yeah. The squirrel has to be a mulligan. It was really there for a Nero, and I think you also want to mulligan the troll because you want the toad or any of the other consumes. Since you have a succubus, every consume is worth an extra 5.
Yeah.
And Giant Slayer being on the board means you can open with Mahaka Volunteers. Romero does have a Maxi in hand, which they don't want, but everything else is basically perfect. They
But look, the Maxi isn't even that bad because of the Commander's Horn.
yeah,
It's not great, but
it's like 8
doesn't
points.
feel as bad. Yeah.
Plus, it's a body that is like. I mean, usually the way to counter this like Armor's Workshop Cranmer business is to deny them the 3 bodies next to each. Oh wow. Cyclops on an empty board. I guess the idea is you want to play your control cards. I'm gonna keep them from getting value. But Maxi comes to the rescue.
Yeah. I think it's really your only Death Wish card remaining is the Succubus, but you couldn't play it at 7 cards in hand because the opponent kills it, gets doomed, and then you're sad.
It's you who's on my
And play it now though, because even if the opponent does kill it, the adrenaline sort of triggers at the end of your next turn, at which point then it is considered adrenaline 4, despite it being killed sort of at adrenaline 5, if that makes sense. It wouldn't get doomed.
Yeah, because it's an end of turn effect.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the end of your turn, you'll have 4 cards. So Zoltan comes down. Will we see Tempering used to give it armor? We do not, because I guess that would give too much Heatwave value. And
Yeah.
we see AQ come down, get used on the Succubus. It gets played on the range row, since Heatwave's already been... What was
Yeah,
Heatwave
there's no
used?
Talk Punish remaining. Heatwave was used in the round 2 on the Dirt Laugh after 1 consume.
Gotcha. Now we see the Sentinels. Wait, what? Was that a misclick?
Probably. There's not even damage to follow it up, so I'd have to think so.
Okay, well that's a -4. That must have been a misclick. So here comes Simless. You want to know
Well,
a
it
fun
is
interaction?
misclick.
If a Succubus from last round came out, somehow, this would keep hitting it. Or what?
Oh,
Or
right.
whatever was killed. Like it just remembers what the target.
Yeah, if it's Slayer or Harpy, it was summoned, say, by an Incubus or something.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
get hit.
It remembers. It remembers.
Leader used on AQ. The Zoltan has like 5 armor. What do you?
Wait. Okay,
I don't have a dirty mind. Just one
huge thanks to Oversoul for a absolutely monstrous $140 donation.
Oversell.
That immediately means that that's the $200 goal reached. That will be matched by $50 by BeeCharitable. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to you, Oversoul. And I'm glad that Derp asked you to do so, because that's absolutely amazing. That is so kind of you to do.
Only for Derp. Ah, thank you, Derp, for saving the trees and the turtles.
your worries away.
Here is Derp saying thank you. He's like, what are you doing? I'm trying to take a nap here. I'm sorry, Derp. In his Royal Taco, makes an appearance. All right, 77 to 53, and there's still a Cranmer. Will Beetlegruff be able to catch up? There's 5 more points coming from Succubus, but no more consumes left. Erendite gets used because it wasn't getting any more value. Last card is Heatwave. Currently, Heatwave is worth 12? Maybe more? Yes. Romero goes for the kind of greedier play, I guess.
I mean, if it wins anyways.
Yeah. So even with
Like, that's a
Heatwave...
good...
Yeah. Wow. So why did that game turn out the way that it did?
I think in that round 3, like, the succubuses there was one succubus to start with. It was just slow to develop. And I think the bleed didn't go amazingly for a couple reasons for, I think, Beetle. The 2 bits that were not great, I think, was the Heatwave on the Dettlaff. Basically, you hit the Heatwave, hit the Dettlaff when it had 1 charge remaining. Pretty high value Heatwave there, because it effectively plays for 12 points. Also denies an early AQ. That means that Beetle has to wait to play Succubus as a potential AQ target, and at that point it's just not enough consumes in the hand to sort of justify that, so the bleed is kind of stopped short there.
Yeah.
Also, that, like, yeah, we said it's probably still the correct play. I mean, maybe it actually wasn't, because I don't know if there actually was the payoff for that Dwarven Chariot. That Cyclops play was still sort of negative points, sort of close the lead on the turn you played, which you take the sort of carry of that the giant toad provided and you throw it away by using the Cyclops in that play.
That's true. Because, like, that was 2-0 for Romero, right?
Yes. Yeah, Romero wins the series 2-0.
Because, like, yes, the Chariot is a lot of value, but that's only if you're planning to, like, go down to 1 or 2 cards, right? If the round's not going to go long enough for it to get that value, like you said, you're just throwing away tempo. And
yeah, and like, yeah, in that square deck as well, like, what are the payoffs to Dwarven Chariot? Because it only gives armor. That doesn't turn into points unless there's it provides armor to, like, the Zoltan Warrior to turn that engine on. But B, you'd just kill the Zoltan Warrior with a Erendite anyway, so that doesn't even matter. Or C, that what's his face gets played, the Dennis Kramer. But
yeah,
if you get the Simless out, you're probably passing anyways, I would expect.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you probably shouldn't be playing into that anyways, and that's, I don't think the Dennis is being played before the Simless. So, like, when you break it down like that, I don't think the Chariot really would have been that scary in that round too.
Plus, in general, like, when you're bleeding, the fact that you can decide when the round ends means that every turn your opponent has to get ahead if they want to, like, get a card out of it. And when you bleed, this is something it took me a long time to learn, is that you want to bleed with high tempo cards. Like, my instinct was always to, like, play my crappy cards and save my good cards for the next round and make my opponent play better cards. But no, you don't mind trading down provisions if you're trading up tempo, because that puts a lot of pressure on your opponent to have to play their cards out of sequence or just
And like, you'll often see players sort of play a big tempo play up front because the rest of their hand sucks. So if you're, like, bleeding and you're able to sort of push past that initial tempo play, then you can kind of catch them unawares and sort of really take advantage of that. But yeah. Alright, yeah. Well played to Romero, and yeah, I can see Romero in chat. Nice misclick on the Dryad leader.
Yeah, we figured that must have been a misclick. But it cost you 4 points and it didn't end up mattering, I guess.
Yeah. Right.
Should we reset the other game?
I don't know if that's for us to do or Sackle's Soul to do. Yeah, are you gonna type?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you handle that. But you guys, donating it. Extremely generous for us to already reach the goal that was set for this when we're sort of only halfway through the tournament is just amazing. But that doesn't mean that if you wanted to donate that you shouldn't donate. Just because the goal is reached doesn't mean that any extra donations aren't helpful. They still are. So if you still want to donate, definitely do. Do the exclamation mark charity in chat, and you can get the link to go to. The organization that we are supporting, Paso Pacifico, they do work on the Pacific sort of side, this, I guess, like coastal dry forests, I believe it's called. Working on sort of protecting the habitats and the animals and the, I guess, like natural ecosystems there.
Yeah, they help like reestablish or protect forests that are on that coast, and also like help the animals that are endangered by threats to the environment. You can see a lot of their projects here in this link. Do we have chill time before? Yes, Romero. We're gonna try and play the other semifinal, so you have quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
While we're sorting that out, I'll let you guys watch this video. National Geographic.
I'll be back. I'm just gonna go make a hot drink to stay awake.
It's Bew. There's one left? Wow. Urge Cyberpunk. Bridges for feathers. BirchAncestry.com.
Accepted by.
Hey, Sensei. I think Derp would love one of these as a friend. I think he would hug it with his mouth. If you want to watch more, I posted the link to this page in the chat. This was the video we're watching. And now we have game 1 of Dosen versus Nick UKR. This is the second semifinal. Romero already waiting in the finals. And we have Pirates versus Kashi. Renfree Kashi. With Morvat and Mortart.
I don't know if you went through the decks, but both these players have pirates which are not banned, and these are both the Otcal pirate lists. So this is probably the quote-unquote more standard one, since Dozens Otcal pirates list has like Triss to get additional Freya's blessings, whereas this is just running sort of your standard 2s Freya's blessings. But you see early Feral Bond. What would you choose in this lovely proactive situation?
One of these, I guess. I would not have chosen this.
That
That's the one I wouldn't have chosen.
it can damage an enemy unit
By
by
one.
one. That's good.
Because you have Freyas, and you could have used the Freyas on the Brockvar Archer. That can like kill something important. That could have killed Akashi.
Yeah, that can be surprisingly good sometimes.
So this is basically my Kashi list, but instead of playing the two Iris Companion and Iris, they just run Morvad and they hope to draw everything. The idea. There is a maxi,
Maybe
however.
this is. I was gonna say, maybe this is when the Beastmaster is good. It doesn't really make a difference because when pirates, smugglers, whatever's captains still have 2 pings just to use. Maybe it'll be useful later.
There is literally no situation where Beastmaster is
Your
good.
magic can't harm me. No magic can.
It is the worst. It's worse than Cockatrice. It's my least favorite card in the game. And you can't even fix it.
Yeah, I don't even know what deck cares about playing that card now.
You don't play it in Flaminica Beasts because it's
No.
not even a beast. It's a human warrior.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even have
Like
a
it's meant to be a
tag.
beast payoff, but it's not good enough for a payoff. And the order doesn't even make sense. Like it doesn't do anything really working with beasts either. Like I don't even know.
It's a 2-point Cyclops is what it is. That 2-point conditional Cyclops. As opposed to a 5-point conditional Cyclops. But the condition isn't having like a 5-power unit, it's having 5 unique beasts. Mind you,
Yeah.
unique. So even if you have like 5 crows, it doesn't do
Wait.
anything.
Wait, it gotta kill. It killed the lava.
Okay. It did 1 damage. Played for 3 points. That's not.
I think that was impressive.
Yes. 3 for 4 in this economy. Oh my god.
Modern Freyr is patient, but she
I mean,
brooks
look,
no
the pirates are staying ahead quite easily against these monsters here. And, look, generally, you'd expect a Renfri Koshi list to be just, pushing for winning uneven, but it's not really happening here.
Well, he still has Renfri's gang that he chose not to play.
Yeah.
I think Nikki KR is kind of flirting with danger by staying in, but at the same time, when I look at their hand, they've got 9-9-4. Like this is a million tempo. So I guess I would keep playing if I'm Nick. Just don't give up the round. Keep last say. Mosh wasn't there in the dark times when 2-4 Worth Pack was in every deck. This is worse than that, Roaring. This is 3 for 4. Not even a 4 for 4. A bricked squirrel plays for more than Beastmaster. Sorry, this was a 2 for 4, my bad. It's half a bricked squirrel. That's this card.
By the way, currently there is 1 bronze card in this pirates deck, and that is Abodash. The rest are all gold.
Wow, with all that thinning. Wow. So you mulligan you got the upper dash. But that's a thinning card, so that will get something else.
Yeah.
I guess I don't I think the round is long enough you can bleed here. You just open with Croc and then try to kill everything that comes down. But Riptide will take care of Croc.
Although, yeah, like you would like to play Dueling Pirate to protect.
You should. What are you worried about losing? Oathkill or Heatwave? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Even arguably, the lock is something you don't want to lose here.
So why mulligan the melee boat? If you had kept the melee boat, should have mulligan the Demon
Yeah, I
Pirate.
mean-
Demon Pirates are great in round 3.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're scared of my melee bird is just gonna get riptided, but you'd rather that happen than have Croc stick, right?
Yeah. I think you play Abordage
And,
here.
like there's not even a lock to worry about. So yeah, I reckon keeping Bert was wise. You draw into it anyways here,
What do
frankly.
you say?
The thing is, Dosen has drawn Kashi. Dosen has Caranthier. Dosen has Leader. There's no way Dosen should lose last say here in this situation.
No.
If unless Nick passes here, he's losing last say.
Yeah. We'll see if the blood in the water is sensed or whether
Melee bonus played.
Okay, you can click Terror of the Seas.
No, that's not enough points to get ahead. You just Caranthir Kashi leader, and that's like 25 points.
I mean, yes, if the leader gets committed, that's not. Well, Gang is going to do the trick here as well.
I honestly would just be excited to play Caranthir Kashi right now. If I was in Dosen's shoes, I would be ecstatic to get last say. But Dosen's version of Dosen's deck does have Morntart and Morvad. So in theory, you can live past one Tall Punish, but Pirates can have more than one Tall Punish. You really want last say. Because there's Heat Wave and there's Compass, right? The Heat Wave, the Morvad, and Compass, the Morntart. With Morkvark, you can just kill it straight up.
Yeah. Last say is also important to be protected against Canby shenanigans.
Yeah. So by not leadering there, Dosen is really trying to throw. And Nick says, no, I will not let you throw. I'll keep playing. I will be the one to throw. And now you can't catch up.
No. I mean, you can't even play with Compass here, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
If Dosen had leadered in the previous turn, he would have been able to play Renfree next and keep the Kashi. Then Renfree getting Sloth with Mantrap with Kashi in hand is like a billion points. And Pirates can't answer it.
Or maybe doesn't care and is just trying to get the boost by base power from Morvad, but when you don't have Rune Mage, you kind of just need to take whichever strategy you get from the Renfree, right?
Yeah, and that's why it's always like helpful to be able, like you want to play Renfree as soon as you can, and you want to use leader on Akashi. So I tend to always use it on. Oh no.
Yeah. Ooh, lovely draw there.
Well,
Highwaymen trying to rob the victory away from Dosen here.
I almost opened with the Highwayman. In this situation, just put it on the board. The thing that makes this Otel version deadly, I guess, is that they can play in one turn both a boat and Demon Pirates, right? Demon Smuggler, sorry.
The only good mage is a
Or even at this point, like,
There's
you
Gluttony.
don't have a tutor. It doesn't even
Easy
matter
game.
if you just res Demon Pirates anyways. But yeah, there's the Gluttony. So,
I don't know what there was thinking, why there was thinking there. I guess, well, you can't even combi. Yeah, so lowest provision is going to be a 4 or a 5, so that's good.
I mean,
We serve her who will
maybe
burden
there's an
Mother.
argument that you keep the Highwaymen in hand. Because you protect against combi.
Yeah, I can see that.
Our path over the earth by stars in the night sky is guided.
It's really like the rest of your hand here is doing like nothing.
Your descendants, sacrifices for Melisande, one and all.
Million point Fukusia. Demon Smugglers are now Fukusia's favorite target. No longer the people who are like resurrecting Axel. Because this 5 provision card is basically Axel minus 1 point. But instead of 11 points, it's 8 and 2 damage, which is better.
Yeah.
Like, how did we end up in a place where a 5 provision card is preferable to Axel? I don't know. Which Axel itself was an OP card. But I guess that's what happens when people who love pirates get to balance the game.
Wait.
It's a rare.
Wait, Gluttony wasn't taken.
Man,
It was Curse of Lust.
369 just traded with 94 views.
I don't understand this game, Lemon.
The mist's gonna pass me those lovely
Yeah, I'm
earrings.
confused as well.
Or do I tear 'em off
I don't-
myself?
I mean, literally Dozen could have just discarded the entire round if they just chose Gluttony.
Yep. Like, there isn't 40 points on this side of the board. There never could be.
No.
Like, all the Kingsmen and all. I mean, I guess there's some bigger cards, but you just... All you need is Morvad.
And they found the gluttony. They didn't miss it. They found it. But yeah.
Yeah, they thought about it for like 2 minutes, and I just assumed they were picking gluttony and being careful.
Yeah, I only realized because I was like, wait, the Renfrey was used. There was another unit that came from the deck, and it was
Well, the unit from deck was lowest provision, right?
yeah.
Because the other
And it
options
came
were
out
bad.
before the last turn because I was like, wait, why did that happen?
Oh, gotcha.
Anyways, welcome all the raiders from Myanmar.
Hello.
We are in the semi-finals of the BeeCharitable third charity tournament. Today we are supporting Paso Pacifico. They do a bunch of great work over on the Pacific coastal areas, the dry forests there of Central America, working to protect the habitats and protect the natural ecosystem, and working with wildlife there. So if you're interested, you can do !charity to see the donation page. I believe there's also links to the organization itself, or you can also just search Paso Pacifico as much as showing on screen. You can just see some of the projects that they work on. We are in the second semi-final here. Nick UKR just won the game 1 against Dozen after a possibly slightly suboptimal choice of Renfrey Blessing. And they're fighting for a spot in the final to go up against Romero.
I was updating the score. If you want to see the bracket, !bracket will get you there. Here is how this tournament has gone so far. Peter Goff versus Quarim Lemon was 2-1. Kareem lost to Romero 1-2. Beetle lost to Romero, so Romero's waiting in the finals, and now we're in the second semifinals where Nick Ukiara is up 1-0 against Dosen. Oh, I'm on the wrong scene. My bad.
It's okay, game not started.
I was wondering what was happening.
Hello there.
Hey, Nedden.
It is so disorienting because I have your stream muted, but I still get the sound effects of notifications through the Discord thing.
Oh, weird.
So all of a sudden,
Because the screen sharing has audio also.
Yeah,
Nice.
which I could turn off. But it's probably good to know.
I can pause my alerts. I'm used to them right now,
No,
so
it's fine.
Hello there.
Oh my god, you
Like,
shouldn't have
I'm
said
used to
anything. That
behind
chat's
it.
gonna do nothing but at least there's no Halo vocals. Okay? That's
Uh,
so Dosen's gonna take
So-
another crack at getting this Kashi list through. And I will try to be toxic about it by backseating.
Yeah, so up against this is Shoop, Toussaint. A little bit different than the list that we saw get double banned for a Beetle before. This is not running Ale of the Ancestors, probably a little bit more standard, a few more sort of control tools. Running... Oh. Well, some tools.
It's running a spotter
Okay, there's the Envo. Yeah, there's the Envo.
and an epidemic
History shall remember the art.
and Marines, interestingly enough. So this is the Calvite deck, but Calvite hasn't been drawn. Neither has War Council, so they play Marines and Cyclops comes down to answer the Marine. Cyclops on the Lampion was enough.
It's nice to see Marine again. I think whoever revealed Marine was a pretty great person.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of toxic, but we love them anyway. I remember Marine was revealed at 4p and people were like, oh, this is an okay card.
We all make something. This
I was just excited for Hyperthin stuff.
Yeah.
But
You-
this is some really nice obsidian mirroring, even opting to go for the early 4 series to replay. And this is really the best case scenario for obsidian mirror. The opponent plays some Dragon Lava, and then suddenly you have like, well, okay, 5 before that. Cursed Damsel got clicked, now you have 4 Thrive units. Basically as many as the opponent, and because they all start at 1 power due to obsidian mirror, well,
Oh, Vigo
Yeah.
double triggered Thrive. Insanity.
almost a double.
Who's the Thrive deck now? Yeah, and Dothan opts for Lesser Witches because the reason these are played, you may be wondering why are relics in this deck. It creates one in the graveyard, so each of those cards is like 2 points for Morntart. It's also bonded, so it's another way to pull out Highwaymen if you miss.
Yeah.
Now, last game it was very unfortunate for Dothan that he like wasn't able to pin Highwayman at all until like and drew one as his last mulligan. This game though, he's had already Vanguards played,
Yeah.
and Dothan has a comfortable lead despite the OP Obsidian Mirrors because they started out kind of slow. But there's 2 Marines on the board now, and Dothan is running out of board space and cards to play. Renfri's Gang can be played, but interestingly, Nick has Leader on False Theory if they need to. They also have Nilf Knight on False Theory.
Yeah, exactly. And if you want to go aggressive with the Nilf Knight and the leader onto the False Seer, you very well might be able to get ahead, especially with these Marines ticking. And with that, we see the pass. I think Nilf Knight ought to be enough to just trigger the False Seer, trigger all the Thrives. And yeah, you see how big of a swing that was, so definitely correct to respect that there by Dozen. Yeah,
So
they should teach Gwent.
Dosen got out and let Nikki Kara win the round, but gives up last say, right?
Mm-hmm. Which is possibly big when there's a threat at the Envo, but I mean, with no direct answers for the Crochet, you might be like, well, isn't this deck going to be kind of screwed if they just go into a long round? I don't think so, because board space would be a problem.
Board space is an issue, adrenaline's an issue. The other thing is that Yenvo on even on Morntart would be decent points because of the Obsidian Mirrors. So Yenvo and then Palmerin would be a lot of points.
Yeah.
I don't understand
Yeah.
Dosen being so willing to give up round 1. I guess they got last say back with Renfri's Gang. But Renfri's Gang could have also bricked. They chose not to play it in round 1. And they chose not to play this for 9 points.
Look, I understand maybe just felt like they had to give up round 1 because they just didn't have the engine potential, which meant they didn't have the points to physically win it. But yeah, this is like
Mulliganing
this
Man
lava in
Trap
hand here
instead of
is
Vanguard.
sketch.
What?
You don't want to use your man trap to proc Crochet, because then you'll just run out of board space.
It's... But this is 2 spaces! I guess you can play in melee row. As a wholesome 6 for 5. It's also your only other bronze now. So what are you gonna play for Adrenaline, like before Adrenaline kicks in? Right, you can play
You can
Cat.
play the cat, it's immune.
Right,
Play
what
your
else?
Riptide,
Okay.
Renfri.
You don't want to play Renfrey until you've leadered, and you don't want to leader until you. This sequencing is making me mad.
I know, I'm just saying nonsense because I don't know what you can do. I mean, you need
Palmerin gets used
really
right
3
away.
cards to play. You have Vanguard, Riptide, Scratch Lot. That'll have to do it. Yeah, early Palmerin.
That's a
Without last
spotter.
say, maybe you're not bothered with the Yenvo shenanigans.
So Scratch-A-Lot comes down. I mean, Kashi doesn't have too hard a time against Tucson, just because it does go wide and it does have, you know, there's not a lot of control usually in Tucson.
Yeah.
But
I don't. This Ivar doesn't look that scary. Okay, well, never mind. This Draga Lava kind of going big.
that was just to get it past Riptide range.
Yeah, and yeah, there's no toll punish to worry about, so that's fine.
I still play Riptide melee row.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're fine if it dies, because board space.
Like, the best Renfrey option for a Kashi deck is Sloth. Not having a bronze in hand, especially not a man trap, means that you're just asking your opponent to answer your Kashi. We see Guillaume come down. Guillaume unfortunately can't steal the immune from Cat, because he can't target it. But a decent sized lead. Okay, Riptide's played on the range row. Cool. Just for some wholesome Thrive value. Becomes Ivar for a wholesome Ivar value. Ivar does proc the Thrive on the Larva though, because Cat is alive when it's 20 point or yeah, a 3-point card being played. Once again, Dosen choosing to save leader for next game, I guess.
I mean, I don't think it really makes a difference if you play it on the first or second. Yeah.
It does, because then you don't get jousted. Because this one gets locked by Redea.
Okay, yeah, no, fair. Let's play around Joust, that's a good point.
It's open decklist. You know they have just a 4 damage card. Like, that is it. That is the only thing that can kill your Kashi. You can get it to 5.
I mean, okay. Maybe you're thinking, there's no way my opponent kept Joust, because, you know, why would they keep Joust? They played Colby, they're not going to have Joust.
I'm just going to sip my tea.
So yeah, probably taking the slightly greedier line, I guess, saying, surely they're both going to stick, which...
Just hoping opponent mulligan Joust, I guess.
Yeah, I guess,
Yeah, destroy 8, damage 6.
For the Cat instead.
Yeah.
Not great Renfrey pools.
Don't justify it, Lemon. It was wrong. There's no situation where you shouldn't leader there. It's at worst the same points. Worst case scenario. Leadering versus...
Onward to be showered with imperial gold.
Because you can also get play lowest provision from Renfrey. You almost always want to play Renfrey before your second Kashi, which means you want a leader after your first Kashi.
Yeah. Look,
Cat finally starts getting clipped.
I tried to give reasoning of why I think things are happening the way they are. Sometimes that may be not really accurate reasoning.
We didn't get Gluttony, so it's damage 6 that's gonna hit. This leader's gonna play for 0. This Morntart wasn't played between 2 even power cards, so -1 point there on the kindness. We see Redea used on the Cat. It's not, because there is no Bouclair in this deck either. Somehow Dosen still wins. Also,
nice.
Like Burkhart and Genvo being played early instead of as tall punishes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Instead of using lock on the Kashi, they Yenvoed it. I don't know why.
I think they were just more scared of the Cat, saving the lock for the Cat. I mean, you could still Yenvo the Cat later regardless.
Yeah. I don't want to say anything else. I'll just say that I do offer free coaching for any pro players. Sorry. This is a charity thing.
If you donate $20, you can get a coaching session with Mosh for free.
Yes.
So type !charity and donate. Disclaimer: this is a joke. Yeah.
No, but I will. If you need help playing Kashi, I will teach you. If you need help beating Kashi, I will also teach you. Just let me know. Okay, Mush, don't be toxic. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Poor Lemon doesn't even know.
So, I'm so sad. Where are the relic stacks? Where's the golden neck relics? Why is it just Koshe? Like, where's my monster's specialty list? This isn't fair.
Relics is pretty good this season.
Yeah, I mean, they buffed Selby to 5 probs, of course.
Well, it's actually a lot less impactful than you think, because all the matchups where you would lose, it's because you were losing your Self Eater, and you still lose your Self Eater. Those 2 extra provisions mean like nothing, because you don't really want to play cards like Aguara and Doragary, because they're not relics. You want to play relics, and you want to play more relics. And you're still playing Carapace to protect Self Eaters, because you have to.
Yeah. At minimum, it's still easier to get them out, and like just fundamentally, Self Eater is not a 5 provision card the same way Thirsty Dame is not a 5 provision card, just engine potential wise.
Couldn't agree more.
But
one of the most puzzling changes the council has done. If you really wanted to buff Self Eaters, make it 6 power. That would be a buff, and also still not a dumb provision change.
Yeah, like I still don't.
I wouldn't say you should buff it. It was a good card at 6. It was perfectly fine. The reason that relics aren't played is because they lack control, and because they lose to decks like Pirates, which are very common. If you wanted to buff relics, what you should do is nerf Demon Smuggler. That's how you buff relics.
Yeah.
But that requires second order thinking, which isn't something we can expect from.
Look, I was able to get wins in top 64 tournament as NECA relics against like Skellige control lists even.
Yeah, it's always been a really good tournament list too, and good on ladder.
Yeah.
Like I've always like whenever I need to climb and I want to play no nonsense deck, I usually play relics.
Yeah, like it's especially against like players that like especially turn variant, but yeah, you can get away particularly against players that aren't as familiar with the matchup as well. But anyways, probably should focus on the decks that are actually being played in this tournament. Here we have again the Jusant for Nick UKR being played again because they lost with it in the last game, and this is Dozen's first time with their Pirates list. This is also a Freya's Blessing obstacle list, except we have Hyoiland to start us off with some humans in the graveyard. We also have Triss to create an additional Freya's Blessing. So yeah, actually aiming to play a lot more Freya's Blessings in this sort of list. And then again, triple Freya's Blessing Opcal. But I don't think it's likely for Triss to find the Freya's Blessing, right?
There is a lot of there's a lot of different specials floating around in this matchup, yeah.
Yeah,
but there is
like
a Rune Mage, so Rune Mage will
yeah.
help with that. Triss can also pine like Feral Bond, which isn't bad, you know?
It's not bad. But Rune Mage is still in deck though, and that would need to be found beforehand. Here comes some armor to absorb a little bit of that Cataclysm. Okay, Rune Mage is at the top, good to know.
Where's the Treherne, Nick? What do you think about this lock stratagem in Toussaint? Instead of like Lamp Gen?
I don't... It's probably slightly underrated here. Like it's sort of delaying this longship a bit. It will deal with the longship, but yeah, it's hitting armor, but look, it's better if you're going for like a longer contest in this round. It's worse if you're trying to just tempo out.
What is truth if not
Break the sails!
I wonder what the spotters are being used on.
I think they're just meant to be on.
Sorry,
the
not spotters,
you have,
Marines, my bad.
Marines are just. Well, it's a Calvite deck, but yeah.
So Redea, I guess?
Yeah, whatever the highest prov unit in deck is, I guess it is.
You wanna pass?
Vigo spotters and Marines in Tucson makes some sense. They're good tempo, and unlike Sergeants, they can be played in round 1.
Yeah, actually, there's Ivar at 10 as well, so it's one of them. By the way, Hoyland, yeah, spawning 2 Berserkers is pretty good, I'd say. Like, it's probably some of the better humans you could have gotten in your graveyard.
Yeah. You can also get Corsairs though.
Yeah.
Corsairs are a few more points usually. Because it's not cards that weren't in your deck. You can get anything.
Yeah.
I've gotten.
It's not even for provision limited either.
Yeah, I've gotten preachers and messengers. No, not messengers, but preachers in my alchemy deck. This is the semifinals, and the score is 1-1. You can see the bracket by typing exclamation bracket. Here comes Triss without Rune Mage. He gets a Boo Hurt. Boosting the tallest card, representing a tall punish that is actually not in the deck even. Right, this deck doesn't even have tall punish.
Yeah, I mean, it's good practice, but yes. It's a good habit to have.
Well, sometimes I do it to make them think I have a tall punish in hand, but Nick does get ahead with that vitality. Wait, how did he not find? Did he not find the Nilf Knight?
I guess not enough armor. It had what, 7 armor? Or like, I think it only saw the golds. I think it was one shot. Maybe only had like 6
1,
armor.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It must have been 6 armor, yeah. Maybe he got hit by something.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit dicey for Nick here. But he does have Sangreal.
Yeah, you can just cheaply Ointment, cheaply Sangreal. I don't think there's any way Nick doesn't win this round, and you're completely fine spending Ointment and Sangreal here, right? Like, those are not cards you want to play in future.
Yeah. So Dosen opts to keep Terror of the Seas and Healin, because Healin would have boosted False Series, so you couldn't play it. And Compass you didn't want to play. There's too many like important cards in the deck. So this is like triple Freya kill ideally, but they didn't get it with Triss. So instead it's going to be Rune Mage.
Yeah, it's like now that kind of compared to the other pirates list, you're kind of running probably worse cards across the board.
Unless Rune Mage gives you a Freya's Blessing, which could happen.
Yes.
Do you play it here?
And the moon could also be made out of cheese.
What kind of cheese?
I'd like a brie. A brie would be nice.
Did you know that like brie is dying? Like the species of fungus that we use to make the current like standardized brie, it's gone through so many generations of inbreeding that it's like the genetic mutations. Like it's falling apart basically. Because like so I mean the camembert like brie, you can get other brie that tastes the same, it just like has a slightly different color or whatever, but because people like for marketing reasons and whatever, this kind of brie became the brie, and because it's just like the same penicillin or same whatever microorganism kept being used, like over time some of the genetic materials have decayed, and it's just I just got a Freya from Rune Mage last game, says Lulu. This.
We'll see if Rune Mage does get a Praise Blessing, and we'll see if the moon is made out of cheese.
No! My hopes and dreams dashed!
I guess the moon is just made out of rocks and whatever materials it's made out of that is not called cheese.
Is the Dose of
Demon
Escape deck?
Worship is funny. It can pull a Demon Pirate.
I mean,
Wait, will it?
yeah, it's a 9.
Yeah, it cannot.
You can damage it
well,
with this. That's right. Not only is this a 10 for 5, it can also be used to do friendly things. It has utility.
This is where Nick should boost it or lock it now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, too late now. Already boosted the Rune Mage. That's a misplay. It should have boosted this. Because they were both 4 base
Really?
power. And they know there's no tall punish. So
Yeah, I guess it is technically less points in your Ivar boosting up the long ship, but maybe it's worth it to still deny the death blow. Okay, leader just to gain the bloodthirst, maximizing armor on the Terror of the Seas. It's only at 8 armor right now, which isn't really amazing. This is where the Sun Girl is still good actually, so maybe it is worthwhile it was kept after that round 1, because this Rune Mage is kept the infusion, whereas the Ivar will still take the boost without also taking that.
the Sangreal will end up having played for 16 points for 6. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
As we see Guillaume come down.
I mean, even more, because it
Yeah,
helps
yeah.
the Guillaume get even more points.
And Ivar and yeah, not counting
then-
synergies, just by itself.
Yeah. And then you can use the Guillaume to steal the Sangreal infusion, because
Just
you
for
helped it
ultra
get
BM?
disgrace.
I don't see how Nick takes this, or how Dosen takes this game.
I don't see how there's the points here.
So, is this Pirate deck competitive? Yes. It's this Triss version is slightly less competitive than not Triss, but some matchups it can play for more. It's just more polarized matchups, I guess. Right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's a bit more high roll.
Like, and you're also, yeah, like if you Triss misses, you're running Rune Mage when if Rune Mage isn't really helping you in other creates, it's not really like it's a solid card, but not anything to write home about. Especially in a deck like Pirates, where you have so many good possible golds to play.
I hope Nick clicks the order on something.
Onward, onward, to be showered with imperial.
Defender finally comes down. Like it wasn't even an issue until.
I mean, the late defender here is good because you protect against like a tear from the compass to
yeah.
reset the Ivar.
Fetch your brothers. We dine together.
Play combi already, right? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. This is I'm trying to think. Yeah, what would be the best thing from Compass?
Special item I have.
Combi. Because you lose no matter what. Spellblood is decent because you have so much armor. But
You don't have that much on.
you have 1 unit with armor.
1 is a big number.
It's the
1 is
loneliest-
bigger than infinitely many numbers. But well played to Nick UK. Oh, handily winning there with the huge Ivar Evil Eye, what, like an 80-point swing or something. Almost alone sort of makes up this point difference. Unfortunate for Dozen there. Gets knocked out in the semis.
Good run though. And now we go to the finals where we have Romero versus Nick UKR. So that will be interesting. So Nick's decks are a little less control-y than Romero's, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you have a bit of a spread. You have the Pirates, which is, I'd say, still pretty heavy on control despite running that upco. You have the Dishonored Hospitality, which is more on the point slam side of things, I'll say, like a couple control tools, but more sort of on the weird Ivory point slammy side of things. And then you have the Knights, which is just, your engine Knights. I haven't actually looked at the deck list, but I don't see how you could have, like, Royal Inspiration is just your standard triple Echo Knights, right?
Let's find out. Nick always does something slightly different with his decks, but in this instance, it looks like...
This isn't Nick, though. This is Lucian, or you mean Lucian?
Sorry. I always call him Nick UKR. I don't know. Is it Lucian? Is that what they go by?
I think it's Lucian. I know.
They play in a lot of my weekly tournaments, so I see them play a lot.
I think it's usernames changing and stuff that makes things annoying.
So this looks pretty standard. It's got a Bearification and a Marguerite.
Which is normal if you're trying to tech for tourneys, have certain tools to deal with matchup.
So there's Precision Strike, which we kind of know how this plays into the other stuff, but there's Alumni and Collusion. So like thinking about the bans, I guess, can Pirates deal with Shield Wall Alumni? There's a Heat Wave. And a
look, there
Hjalmar.
are some tools, but that was typically considered a bad matchup for Pirates. Because the problem is,
like, the smugglers can deal with the shields. There's 2 locks in Nick's deck.
Okay, yes. Okay, the looks could help quite a bit, to be fair.
There's one
Lack
color.
of Purify is slightly problematic.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, let's say the opponent has
like
something big and boosted to like 10. You have your Hjalmar, Terror of the Season, that's kind of it. Or I guess Heatwave, but you probably need a Heatwave this scenario. Like, Knights generally can win the round 1 pretty easily.
Sorry, I was talking about versus Alumni. Pirates versus Alumni.
Oh, right. Pirates against Alumni. That's could be a bit more interesting.
Yeah, because Knights are on the same side as Pirates.
Right.
What time is it again?
It's 3:22 a.m.
Yeah, you're good. You got 6 more hours to go. This Hjalmar is also like not something you can use round 1. Same with Terror of the Seas. Like, you have a lot of damage cards that take a while to become active.
Yeah.
There's 2 locks.
Your bigger damage tools take a while to come online.
Do you need your big damage tools to get rid of Defender and Letitia? Because if you don't kill it, they just get boosted again.
Yeah, basically. You need to Heatwave Defender, right? Otherwise, you're not getting Defender.
You need the Heatwave Defender, then the Letitia will have a shield, which you need to ping off, and then you'll need to kill an 8 power Letitia. How do you do that? You can't. You have to...
You can use Moscow for if you're a first say. You can do Mask.
True, yeah.
On the
for Hjalmar.
Pirate for Hjalmar. Problem is, like, by that point, you probably needed to trade Heatwave for Defender. Okay, that's sort of just 1-for-1 turn-wise. But you still need to then get through the shield on the Letitia, which means you either leader before the Hyama, which sucks, but you probably have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you need to play ship and then the Demon Smuggler to set up a ping on the shield.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky.
Or if you have the first say, you actually just play on Create Longship. To be fair, that could
But
help.
Alumni will be played on
that's-
blue coin.
yeah.
They're not gonna play it on red.
Actually, that doesn't help. Yeah, that's true as well.
So
So wait, what's it depends on sort of what the bands are. Maybe Knights beat Alumni?
no. I don't think so.
Can Toussaint beat
Well-
Alumni? You might just ban the
Toussaint
shit
can,
to
yes.
Alumni, honestly.
But
Okay, whilst we're waiting for the bans, and maybe not talking matchups if my mind is barely lucid and I probably am not making any sense. This is a charity stream for charity. This is a charity tournament where we have been putting
I'm sorry,
focus
Lemon.
on the cause.
I'll stop eating.
No, it's okay.
You like this is a
I
charity
think this
stream
is-
for charity, which is a charity.
This is me trying to segue and failing. But yeah,
Look at
so
the
we
pretty
are
birds, chat.
supporting
Donate to the pretty birds.
we are supporting Paso Pacifico. If you do the command ! Charity, you get the link to the donation page. If you have the means to support, please do. It's a very worthy cause. And we're very grateful to have already been able to sort of reach the goal that was set. But it would be amazing if we can get sort of donations beyond that as well, because the more donations, the better. The more the merrier, and all that's good stuff. So yeah, Paso Pacifico, they do work on the Pacific coast forests of Central America, working to sort of restore and protect sort of the habitats and the natural ecosystems around there.
Yes. Speaking of habitats and ecosystems, Collusion is a deck. Greatest segue of all time.
Yeah.
So we saw Alumni Shieldwall get banned as well as Pirates. So it's going to be Knights and Toussaint versus Collusion and Precision Strike.
Interesting. Knights. Well, Nick should just be taking Knights on blue. That should not really be up in the air, right?
Yeah. Knights on blue, Toussaint on red, and then hope you already won.
How would the Peace Strike list go into Knights?
It would do well, I think. Because it has COC and Heatwave.
Yeah. Curse and Heatwave both are pretty damn nice. You have
Yeah,
solid
and a
control
lock.
tools.
Yeah.
I mean, the lock. I mean, depending on like how you use the lock, because the Knights does have Peller, right?
It has
But
Peller,
the thing
but
is,
not
like,
Secret Service.
yeah, you can get away with like locking, say, the Vandergrift, and that's a pretty nice sort of way that if they want to get rid of the lock, they have to get rid of resilience.
Because they don't play Ale, right?
Oh yeah, like it does some nice things there, or like even getting rid of infusions or shields or whatnot. Anyways, yeah, it is precisely that Knight Square matchup which we sort of primed there in the intro.
So, no Immortal in hand. Or Damned Sork. Also missing Oniro and AA. These are unfortunate draws for Nick.
Yeah. And Lady Lake missing as well. Like this is sort of not.
How
what
do you
we
miss Immortal, 2 Sorks, Lady of the Lake, Oniro, and AA in round 1? How indeed?
want. the simple explanation is you're just not very good at the game.
Yeah, this is some amateur level play right here. This is some rank 3 material.
Yeah, I jest. But yeah, that is really unfortunate. Maybe should have put some more points into luck. Hopefully those points allocated to skill will come through here.
Nope, it all went to charisma.
I mean, no, it went through because this backup plan misses the 3 damage, forces the full leader from Romero to deal with the Windhelm. So, yeah, like instead of the neophyte, this could have been a Brockvar archer, and then this is a whole lot different. But yeah, still, you would have liked the Immortals, but yeah. This looks like a maxi.
Yep.
Purse right at the bottom of the deck, but with that sort of being the only sort of more valuable card right at the bottom, I don't think you'd even care too much. You'd have to be a little bit careful on breaking your armor's workshops.
Yeah. Well,
In like
look,
round
it's
3.
good.
But
Then again, this hand is also very good.
yeah,
As bad as this hand is, this hand is the opposite.
Yeah.
Should we update the score command, or is it too early?
Not a bad idea.
I meant like, as in, say that Romero won.
Oh, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking.
Maybe a 3-gone conclusion.
There's only one thing to do, and it's to move you out of the street. Love it. You get half a camera for that. All right.
Now I'm a half-gone conclusion.
Oh my god. Stop. Laugh it, please. Be rational.
Okay.
Or be real. Be natural.
Okay, we can be
I don't know.
rational. So Chariot coming down. I don't know if it's really that scary of an engine here. Our only sort of thing to enable is the Zoltan Warrior. Again, you're not expecting that Dennis Kramer coming down in the round 1. Solid engines on board for Nick. This middle Knight Errant is a 3-point per turn engine with the infusion and the 2 boosted units on either side. But that's really all the passive points once this vitality wears off. 50-50 on the COC. Takes a slight miss. And we see Vandergrift coming down. Now... Vandergrift is not boosted here. And it might just get moved anyways. This infusion is a little annoying because it will stick around sort of for the rest of the game here. See,
Yeah, and it's
fire
gonna.
response.
Well, this does put a timer on Nick. If they don't leave in the
Yeah.
next 2 turns, this resilience gets re-triggered, or the grace gets triggered, and they won't have round 3 carryover. But
Or really, you need to pass the next turn.
yeah, that's true. So, but maybe this is going to be a 2-round game anyway. Knights have decided. Zoltan helps out. Never mind. Everything's good.
Yeah, although, look, I don't think there's much to gain from hanging in here. It's unlikely you'll be able to actually win this round. You're probably just seeing if you can force much out from the opponent, which, with the Dawson Warrior already gone, if there's a low tempo of play,
Nick is still ahead.
yeah. Nick is...
Yeah, he's getting 3 points. Or at least it's a tie.
No,
4?
it's... Oh, no, yeah, you're right. The bear is boosted. Correct, yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay, that'll do it.
It's a tie. Wow.
That's the power of the Knight Errant.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, it got buffed.
Yeah, and Fortunately, the COC lost the 50-50 for the square. Otherwise, that round would have gone a whole lot differently.
True. So you have scenario, you have Oniro into Lady into AA, but you're, or Erendite, I guess. Probably AA, because that's how you get a Knight Errant.
Yeah, you need a... Yeah, it's...
How do
see
you...
what this pulls. Okay, nice. So do you have access to both echoes now? Yeah, Erendite's probably still worth it. Yeah, with the value, you should be able to stay ahead enough.
Oh no. This is gonna get value. There's no way to answer this.
I mean, you could Erendite it, but yeah, that's not really worth it.
When one falls, another
Wait.
faces him.
Instead of going for knights, opts to go for a mortal sorceress combo here.
I think the idea is that...
Wait,
Wait, not even AA. So Lady's gonna be for AA.
yeah, it has to be Lady AA for Sork.
Mother will be proud.
But
Never mind. They're holding on to the scenario for as long as possible, it seems.
and the thing is, like, basically, what, yeah, like, even if you had the Pella here, like, your hand would have to be basically perfect. It would have to be scenario 2 knights, and then a Sork and a Pella to be able to respond to this lock.
I don't know what the purpose of Immortals was there.
Yeah, I was surprised as well.
But it does get the lock, which means that the... Oh wow. Scenario into Knight Errant. So what is this lady gonna be?
My liege.
Might still just do AA once this Knight Errant gets its grace.
But
You are no lunet of mine.
how would...
But yeah, that should have gone for, I don't know. Maybe trying to get the early...
That Giant Slayer smurfed. Look at Romero's
Yeah.
setup now.
Basically just said goodbye to your Vandergift carryover.
Well, I mean, yeah, but yeah, exactly, and like counter the in. Oh no, it didn't. This is the other infusion. I thought it also had a square infusion.
Yeah, that's the elf infusion. Which it took damage from Simless as well, by the way. Huge Giant Slayer. Even gets the resilience for round 4. There is a number of graces to resolve, but without each grace sort of getting that extra 4 points from the scenario chapter 2, I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Super late. Late.
I'll show you.
Erendite would have only played for 9 or maybe a couple more most. Maybe it's fair not bothering really playing it there.
Oh my god,
Still
how did he
looks
win this?
More than
I don't understand.
the Bronwyn the Bold, Maidens, yeah. The infusion to double up on the leader, gets a few extra points, had a few graces to trigger there, and then well, AA is still a good number of points.
Okay. Somehow, despite the terrible hand, Nick won the game. That was
See,
incredible.
I told you it wasn't a foregone conclusion.
It was a 5 gone, apparently. Just want to shout out to my mods for constantly updating the score. And the title,
Yeah.
etc. Been great help having them today as we cast this tournament for literally saving the planet.
Yeah.
Zero exaggeration there.
And you can see the raised has increased to 250. That's because BeeCharitable has put on the $50 for matching the goal being reached. So that is the 250 in total now.
Very nice. Thank you to everyone who donated.
Yeah. And if you want to still donate, there's still time to do so. We're in the middle of the finals, but there's still a game or two to remain in this series. So if you are interested in donating to a very worthy cause, do type that link, !charity, and follow it to where you can do so. Thank you, Cha.
Thank you. So, what is the next matchup gonna be?
The next matchup is going to be well, Nick has to take Toussaint, and it's probably just Pirates Cove on Blue Coin.
Yeah, makes sense.
So probably just Pirates Cove versus Toussaint.
What do you who do you like in that?
I mean, I think Cove should be decent.
Hope doesn't have. I mean, I guess it's gonna come down to how many poisons we see, right? Because there's not a lot of help punishing. So there's no more else.
Yeah, there's a number of all things that the Toussaint does you need to sort of get through. Can't really get through the defender efficiently though, to be fair. So there's that to consider. Well, actually, you can do some shenanigans with BGF potentially.
Yeah.
You could even do BGF and steal the defender.
Yep. BGF and these are just super powerful together because the counterplay to C's is to boost cards, but that plays into BGF. They can just ping it as long as they have coins. They can ping it down. Well, coins plus insanity.
Yeah.
So you could have like a Fion and only have one tag on the board or two tags, and you can still BGF it.
Yeah.
Silly.
My lads will make sure.
Or
of that.
PTS.
Hey, look, I got the prediction.
Good job, Lemon. You're like 10 for 10.
I should really go pro in this game. I think I'll do well.
It wouldn't be fair to anybody else, though. Plus the name Lemon's already taken.
Yeah, true.
Oh, the gibberish wash. Ranking rank 1 alliance players. Sam is expanding on his lore. This is a good hand. Novigrad, Sausage Maker in hand. Like, I never get Sausage Maker in round 1. I don't know how these people do it.
You have Sausage Maker, you have your 2 double tag bronzes.
You and me, we ain't done yet.
We have 1 gang, 2 gang, red gang, blue gang. I don't know.
This is the Goodnight Moon portion of the stream.
Must be an important
One fish, 2 fish.
Okay, let's just focus on the actual game. Let's do analysis. So we have recruit. There's actually not that many bronze soldiers to swap it out for. It's really either the Imperial Marine or Nilf Knight here as the options. Probably going for the early Marine, I'd imagine. Works nicely because you do have Calvi as a second play here. Eventide Plunder. Solid options. Probably Huckster plays for the most points immediately, but you could go for this failed experiment to threaten a poison. Scary.
Yeah, and this recruit can tutor a marine,
I
right?
shall not repeat.
Yeah, and it's nice. Same turn
As the
as
cover.
you play the copy. Now the problem is, probably should have clicked the recruit first, because you know, then Calvi would have put the recruit to the bottom of the deck. But
Oh,
that's fine.
well, maybe you do want to draw it. No, you don't.
I surely it's not worth it over whatever goals you have, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of, it's a very
It's
cool
only
play,
good to-
actually, because you're not risking
Yeah.
your marine. Oh wow, what? There's 310 provision cards, so.
Or recruit went to the top of the deck.
Yeah, that's another reason. Yeah.
So what this means is you could pulling the strings right now. And well, with a lack of pulling the strings, that's not possible. So maybe there's even an argument that Nick shouldn't have bothered trying to get a marine, because if it gets pulling the strings, well, that's just the round done, round over.
Yeah.
Um,
Instead, they play a little bird.
what tag did she get?
She's got a blind
Blind
eye.
eyes.
You will not regret
Yeah,
this.
that's 4 tags now. There's marine number 2.
Here comes Junior, though.
There's
Wow. Just slaughtering everything. Poor defenseless Marines. Never saw it coming. See, like, you can actually see in the art. So you see this little bird's eye crow's nest here. You can see that Junior is standing in it in a pool of marine blood. That is the same crow's nest. It's one of those Easter eggs people don't know about. CDPR sat on it for 2 years. The longest running triptych arc.
that's good. Wait. Oh, it's Volcans, right?
Oh, we didn't get to see it. They clicked so fast. I wanted to know if recruit was on top.
Well, it was just 3 golds there, so maybe not.
Oh, the digits dropped out. I want to sew them back up.
Look, I get that you have limited Ramon tools remaining, and you're sort of just saying this up to have a carry of next round, but like, these spotters are so sad.
I guess this one gets to live. No, well, no, it doesn't. Actually, there's no coins.
Yeah, you need the coinage, which
You have to play
is
Novigrad
this time to
first.
sausage maker?
Sausage? No. I think it's either... I would just play Novigrad.
Okay, yeah, fair.
And then next turn you can play... Don't do it. Don't. What? I guess they're ahead.
Yeah. And sausage is probably enough to maintain the lead as well, regardless.
This, by the way, this joust has been in hand the whole time. This Junior's played for like 40 points already. It's okay to... Chat, you can kill something that's 2 power with a 4 removal. If not doing so, will lose you 1,000,000 points. It's okay to overkill by 2. I promise you, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that was the reason.
Vigo,
There might be like...
the Vigo and... yeah, I mean, the Vigo and Marine all got killed in 1 turn. But yeah, you could have killed it before you played a 3 power spotter and didn't protect it.
Need to know how sausage
Yes.
is stuffed.
Yeah.
From War Council after playing Galvin, mind you. It wasn't like you didn't know what you were going to get. Why does this deck have a Redea? I still don't understand. Is it just just a 9 body with a lock?
I don't know. I guess they don't care about having good bronzes. And it's like, yeah, Redea is good. Let's just chuck that in. And
But
we
they
don't
cut
need shoot.
Bouclair.
I don't know the reasoning for running Redea but not Shoop, honestly. Generally, I would have thought Shoop is sort of the more impactful of the two. Maybe you think that requires you to run Rune Mage,
Yeah.
but like, still.
Redea being 9 power for 10 and a lock. That's basically 3 and a lock. So 12 and a lock for 10. But sometimes it can...
Bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's also not good either. It's like Riptide.
Yeah.
11 point of view. He's saving it to kill fake Sirion opposite. Okay, no. I don't know. I don't know what Joss was being saved for. Because it's not like you can kill a little bird with it either. Wow, bank for poison. Why not Sangreal this, by the way? Seems like that was the play. But too late now. Or it doesn't really matter. You're not winning this round.
Wait, who's not winning?
Nick.
You sure? Wait,
The
Isn't he-
Toussaint is not winning.
why not? Isn't Sangreal...
Oh,
Or Sangreal, maybe... You at least push the last card out and force a number of spending. You can just joust here, because you could win it with Sangreal. You can just joust.
oh well. Interesting. I guess Joust defensively is better into spending from this.
I don't think what you joust really matters. It's basically... I think if the opponent more or less just plays anything here, of substantial note, you can't get ahead with just a Sangreal. Also, keep in mind that Nick knows the top 3 cards for Romero. It's like Mutant Maker, Jacques, and some... Oh, no, sorry, that was before the bank got played, so never mind. That info is old, outdated.
Same time next week.
Oh, well then.
Okay,
That was a play.
that'll do it.
So funny. You could have killed a 16, but instead they killed a 16, but also bricked this card in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of equivalent, I guess, with that, but like... And I guess it's more than whatever could have been in hand other than the Sangreal.
But if they kill a 16, does Sangreal get him ahead? Get Toussaint ahead?
I don't think it would have.
So it was one of
That
those.
requires maths.
Now we just 2-0. I don't think you're gonna 2-0 Toussaint when they have last say, and they played Calvi.
Let's keep in mind the Jacques was mulliganed.
But don't get used to it.
Makes sense.
It might be a bleed, but I don't think it's a big 2-0 attempt. Although the nice thing about pushing here is that you kind of ensure this Ivar doesn't get a chance to get a great big swap through.
Yeah.
You're kind of splitting up this sort of combo that this Toussaint Vitality deck has.
Genbo, the sausage
Goodbye,
maker.
sausage maker. Back to the factory with you.
Wow, this is huge because without this, shady vendors were bricks. They had to get at least
Yeah.
one coin.
I mean, there's such a good profit, and a 1-for-1 spender just helps alleviate any problems. You can get another spender if you want with plunder as well. Just why not?
Especially if it's a Oxford guard.
On the count of 3, we go in. 1.
Okay, why not put this over between those two? I guess it doesn't matter. Well, because you know that one of the cards is Ivar. And if you... Ivar on this is 4 points, on this it's 2. Okay. I can kind of see it.
Beautiful is a field, but of dangers
Wait,
full.
what? What? What?
It's rid of the. Sure. I guess try to make spending just a little bit tougher.
Yeah, but there's an Oxenford guard on the board. And leader charges are a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess the thing is that it's, in theory, slightly harder to align the Oxenford guard onto, like, even coins, but, like...
Oh, this is on the board.
There's the BGF anyway, so it doesn't even make much of a difference.
It doesn't matter. Game's over.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how I said all the you're 2-0ing? It turns out you totally are. With 3 bronzes against the Calvite deck. Okay, Romero knows the lines. Holy crap. Well done.
I mean, to be fair, there's on 5Ps, there's a shitty vendors propped up by King of Beggars, but yes.
I mean, if that Novigrad doesn't get the urchin, that round 2 goes different.
It's a bit different, yeah. Also, keep in mind, there was the sausage maker and the Novigrad sitting on board providing a bunch of extra carryover, so it wasn't really just 3 bronzes against the world.
Look, let me have my narrative, okay?
Okay, sure, yes. What's the narrative we're going with?
Birds are cool.
Okay, sounds good.
So, why is there another game?
That just ties us up 1-1, right?
Oh, right, because Nick did win game 1. You're right. So, that's 1-1. Both players have got deck through. The next game is going to be Precision Strike versus Toussaint. Who do you like in this situation? Toussaint's going to be blue coin versus Precision Strike red. But Toussaint also goes tall.
BeeStrike should be fine, I think.
I think so too.
Like they have the tall punishes to hit Toussaint where it hurts. But also I think on the whole I'd rate their points down a little bit better. Like
I think so as well.
Can they deal with like a Siri? They
can self-ping, but that's about it.
Wait, is there a lock in this list? There's a Morin.
Yeah, Morin can self-lock. But
Yeah,
self-lock doesn't
then
work against Sangreal.
True.
But some player can get it above 3. So the Siri will get value, but the issue I think is more going to be, will Toussaint have the right cards to win round 1 convincingly? Because you need boosters and you need Ivar, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't win round 1, then you're kind of in trouble against BeeStrike, because BeeStrike has a much better like 3-card round, I think.
You have our undivided attention.
Especially with Renfree and... No, there's no Renfree, sorry.
And yeah, like we saw in the last game, like that. Yeah, it's a complete deck, but Toussaint is also a combo deck with like the Ivar and the Palmerin and whatnot. So if you sort of bleed that out, so they don't get to play their combo pieces together, suddenly they're quite sad. And you don't want to be sad. That's not good. You know what is good?
What?
I was wondering what you'd respond with.
Onward, sons of Nilfgaard!
Peace strike. It's good.
Sure, I believe that.
All right. Still
This
feels weird to see
chariot-
Toussaint without Bouclair. It does. It really does. But Nick's also the guy that like was playing Harmony when no one else was. He dances to the tune of his own flute, or something, whatever the expression is.
Es Krise inside the Hursunen!
So the other nice thing about playing Ramon is that's one less 10th edition card, so you actually sort of know what your top deck is a little bit more, makes the Marine easier to activate. I don't think we've seen a Marine once sort of at the start of the game actually hit the correct 10th edition card.
Yeah, the Marines have not been carrying their weight in this series so far.
Yeah, might need to clean the telescopes.
It's because the crow's nest is filled with blood still. We can't see.
I'm surprised this locker, what color wasn't used on the chariot here. I'm not sure what you're saving it. That Leo's very greedy. Potentially. Okay. I was like hoping for the Planet Bowman initially, but then bursts out and doesn't get the kill on the Marine anyways. So now it's just going to get armor, it's going to be out of range. This is a nightmare.
Yeah, the brick leader, especially because that's where a lot of the consistency of this deck comes from.
And now this Vega Marine like actually lives. He's I guess protected anyways, but
like psychologically too, like you do something like this in game 3 in round 1.
yeah, it's you're like, oh, what could have been, what could have been. Like imagine this back row Marine wasn't taking. Imagine there was still 4 more points on the board for Romero. Imagine their draws weren't going to be cloaked with bricks now.
Yeah. Getting a cease and desist letter from Shiniri in the middle of your rope can really throw off your concentration. At least the Marines are going. There's 3 of them. That's pretty good engine value, and there's not a lot of ways to deal with them. And there's the COC, but like if you're using COC and Heatwave on these Marines, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah. There's many other worrying things to be worrying about.
I think you just play the Moran because, like, unlock this one because, like, this isn't useful on False Siri. Maybe on Milton it's good. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's what they're saving it for. And also, they don't have. I don't know. This is a smart play, like, just something I've been trying to get better at is on Red Coin, just play like the bare minimum that gives you reach.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like sometimes it's like, okay, if I need a gold to catch up, but I still value the round win, I'm just gonna play bronzes or sort of lower value golds up until that I know that this big gold would be enough to get ahead. Which
except it wasn't because of the Marines.
Yes.
To play Zoltan and still not be able to bleed Toussaint, this is a disaster.
They'll not leave here alive.
Yeah.
I think maybe
say
Romero's getting tired.
maybe. I mean, yeah, like you saw that 2-point difference. That would not have mattered. That would have yeah, not have mattered if the Dryad Sentinels actually went through there onto the correct marine, or so that marine wouldn't have been growing as well.
Oh yeah, all that entire marine would be gone. Like that whole round could have, the whole game was kind of massively thrown off by that one mistake.
Just draws Armorer's Workshop after Armorer's Workshop. Again, we don't really think you could bleed there, but still not particularly fun. And there's a Sentinel in the first draw. Those Swatter top decks that we just peered up. Well, they look atrocious. I guess you keep the Sentinel over the Screw Way. I thought they had one more mulligan, maybe not.
I mean, how are you getting something to 2 power? I guess there's stuff. This defender's gonna be very annoying too.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to heatwave the defender. Do you try and high roll Purify from backup plan?
Why don't we see more Pellers? I guess after this tournament we will. But there's been a lot of defenders that have traded, like forced a COC or Heatwave or something. That's really what you want. You're happy when your defender eats one of those.
Yeah. I guess it's like part of it is that like Curse of Corruption doesn't trade down to a defender, whereas Pella does. But yes, I mean, provision-wise, there's a huge difference between those two answers.
Well, yeah, and like tempo-wise, sure, but yeah, I don't know. I always thought that instead of nerfing defenders, people should have been buffing purifies if they really don't like defenders. Because I'll take a 5 provisions for a 3-point difference.
Yeah, that's where it gets interesting, though, like sort of the provision and point balance that you have to maintain.
No point in dawdling! Order will triumph! It must triumph!
Watcher. I always hate getting Watcher of the Valley from backup plan. Wow.
Another Giant Slayer.
Again, this tournament's just
and there's 9 turns. There's 9 turns to basically just wipe out this Nilfgaardian Knight.
It goes on the
Milton. Or Milton.
Oh, it's gonna get up to 2 so that the Sentinel can kill it. Why did we keep Sentinel again? We're worried about bricking?
Maybe. Wait, why is there a squirrel here?
The Squirrel at Toussaint, I guess. Boohurt, I mean.
I thought...
Well, no,
there was the Sentinel and the Scroll both in hand on the final mulligan. Maybe he just didn't want to risk a brick, but like...
Defender can't stop the Giant Slayer. Neener. The heat wave is used. Okay, so this made it so COC couldn't answer the defender. So heat wave had to be used. Right now COC's a break technically.
Yeah, so that's the Bruja. I mean, surely you go Sangreal before... Okay, you want the Siri down before playing Sangreal, and you want to play the Sangreal before you click the Milton. So this sequencing makes sense, I think. Although, wait. Oh, wait. Okay, so you play the Bruja with leader first because you want to have it available to play from the false Siri. You can play your Bruja on from hand onto the false Siri and then Sangreal the false Siri. Is that right? You're kind of just putting a bit of less pressure on your Ivar, so trying to balance out the points a little bit more. And you do it in a one turn to play around that scroll. Okay, interesting. Okay, just puts more points on the Watcher. Sure.
It also makes Commander's Horn kind of.
Oh yeah, true. Commander's Horn is funny. Huge Guillaume.
You can't really Simless here because you'd be boosting the Watcher. Should the Sentinel have gone on the other?
You can put the similar sort of between the Sentinel and the Scroll and just boost those.
Yeah, but then you don't get advantage of the 7 armor you have.
True. So yeah, do you just click Mahakam Pass and Verification?
Ah, yes. That works.
The thing I don't like about this is like you're playing heavily into the Yenvo though. Like this Watcher just gets Ivar'd and then Yenvo just hits say like this Giant Slayer which you just went further in on by putting the tempering onto it.
True.
Like maybe that's still correct because like this 10-point bear is sort of still wait.
What?
Oh, playing around curse. Okay.
Oh, okay. But they don't have last say.
No, so basically you
just leave the 33 up, and you break the curse.
Yeah, essentially.
So you can also Sangreal the 33 and then click the. Wait. Sangreal is in hand still.
Yeah.
Oh, Siri.
Onto false Siri. Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, especially with this being the line taken, that makes going heavy on this Giant Slayer feel even worse. Because the Yenvo too scary. You're gonna have to just Dennis Crammer the Baron Simless. Like here's the thing, right? Like basically all these other golds are playing for more points compared to this Redea.
Yeah, I don't understand the Redea at all. Still.
Yeah, like it's just doesn't seem like it fits with the rest of the stuff. Yeah.
Could have been what's the one that you play on the Disloyal card? Like you play that Disloyal card here between these two. How many points was it?
Oh yeah, the one which kept getting buffed in Balance Council.
Yeah, it got buffed again last council.
Yeah, maybe people should actually play it.
You just Yenvo the 31. Oh, the 35. That's better.
Yeah, it's still sufficient to have curse.
It steals the lock. Bricked COC. Even if it wasn't bricked, it still wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, that was just. I mean, maybe I underestimated the Juson points. I mean, that was very nicely playing around the curse there by Nick.
Yeah.
Ivar too good with all the like the Guillaume, the combo. I mean, the round one was not pretty for Romero either. Like that game could have gone entirely differently if the leader went.
Yeah, exactly.
Romero actually secured a bleed, sort of splitting up those combo pieces.
I mean, that Sentinel in hand and the Squirrel that he couldn't mulligan because there's a Sentinel in the deck. Like the way round one went, the fact that they couldn't bleed, everything came from that one. Like, and they also messed up their Sentinel in a previous game, their leader, remember?
Yeah.
So I think Peace Strike is not Romero's leader today, but
No,
aside from
no.
that, it was very well played, actually.
Yeah, that was a nice series, a nice tournament overall. Yeah, congrats to Nick UKR with taking the win there in the finals.
Chat, can I get a round of applause for Lemon for staying up to cast with me and making this? Yeah, it's like 4 a.m. his time. He's like dying. He was drinking coffee in the middle of the stream. But as always,
Not even coffee. I don't drink coffee. It was chai latte.
chai latte. Okay, there you go. So thank you so much,
This is
Lemon.
probably not as effective. It's my pleasure. It is a lot of fun, and hey, it's for a good cause as well.
Yeah. Maybe we can move our Sunday tournaments up earlier so you can come in for some of those. But I always really
Maybe.
enjoy
Yeah,
casting with you, of course. And
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
thank you so
I
much.
had a lot of fun today.
Yeah, and we raised $250 for the wildlife and for the environment. So that's huge success there. Thank you everyone who donated. Here's a capybara for all of you. Capybara.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Thank you to the anonymous donators as well as Iagarth and Urvasol for all the help that you put in to help us reach the goal.
Yeah, and thanks to BeeCharitable for organizing. It was a pleasure working with them. This time, everything was very smooth and done in the background. So shout out to them for that. If you guys need the decks, exclamation bracket, we'll get you the decks. And once again, congratulations to Nick UKR for winning the tournament. It was a pretty strong showing, actually. Like, almost everyone in this tournament has won like one of the Mosh Weeklies, and they're pretty active top players. So very, very thankful for the caliber of play as well. And congrats to Nick for winning 40 euros and to Romero for winning 20 euros, provided by BeeCharitable again. So in addition to matching some of the donations, they also put up prize money. So keep an eye out for the next one. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just saying, congratulations to the top two. Very well played to them.
Absolutely. I will be stealing some of these decks. Here's, is there anything else you want to talk about, Lemon, or you want to go crash?
I don't think I have too much else to say that you didn't wrap up there. Yeah, just on my side as well, thank you to BeeCharitable for hosting. They did a very good job on this tournament, and it's great to have it for, as I said, a very worthy cause as well.
Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna actually end the stream here and post this full VOD to YouTube, because I think people will enjoy it. And then I will be on later today for some more Gwent. Cheers.
Cool.
Let's find someone to raid. Mr. Cal. It's on. Go watch some trebuchet action with Pavetta and such. Do you have to cover for my shift again? Yes, Sam, if you could, please. Cheers. I'll be on in a couple hours. Just need to go eat breakfast and stuff.